Hello, hello! Are we live? I'm very sorry for the long intro. This is... It's not justified, because this is going to be a shorter stream, definitely. This might be under 2 hours, this stream. Like, it's probably be on the short side. Also, I should really turn the music down. But welcome. I'm finally here. I also know this is a late start, but this is my prime time. And the thing is, right... I am feeling kind of unwell. And... a bit up to here. I got an essay deadline that was about 6 hours ago, and I applied for an extension, so I've got an extra, like, 36 hours on it or something. Yeah, and also I shaved. God, I just love how consistent I am when I'm in the stream versus the thumbnail. So consistent, guys, wearing the same clothes and everything. The same headphones. Yeah, never mind that. I do still need to get a haircut, like, big time, and I'm gonna do that soon. But yeah, this is the final stream of February, the final stream of, you know, my, tryouts month, you know, playing all the different games, doing the one-offs, doing the special collaborations, kind of just, you know, the welcome back. Yeah. Anyways, welcome, everybody. You know what, let's relax. Let's just chill out for this stream, alright? Let's just lay back. How about it? Yeah. DDLC themes. Yes. Glad you guys like the intro music. It's the same as Debate Direct. It's just the regular non-gaming mix. With all the DDLC tracks added in on shuffle. Good stuff, good stuff. You can find it all in the description. And speaking of the description, you may notice there is no QOTD or charity shoutout. Again, we're doing another kind of stripped back, you know, easy stream, just a simple stream with like the simple layout. If I didn't have my unique style and the unique, you know, question of the day and charity shoutout stuff, if I was just like a regular streamer who just did the same boring thing as everybody else with no flavor or uniqueness, this is what all of my streams would look like. Can you imagine that, guys? Can you imagine how dull that would be? I'm being cynical, but you know what I mean. I'm glad I came up with these unique, like, concepts of the streams. Just, you know, sets me out. I hadn't even thought about it that way. That's not what they were intended to be, but like I'm just thinking about it. And you know, there's going to be a lot of that today if I can get my lighting sorted out. There's going to be a lot of thinking and a lot of discussion because this is the question and answer stream. This is episode 3 of the Mr. Mac Q&As. And if you guys don't remember, because you know they aren't common, every 6 months or so I do a Q&A. In fact, they should be featured right now as a playlist. And I should keep track of what questions I've answered so there aren't repeats, but since we do this so rarely, I really don't mind doing repeats. But yeah, if you go through my creative playlist, you can find the whole series. I'm actually going to do newest first. What am I doing? And yeah, wait, no, hold on. Wait, what? But why is it now... Get in line and set as thumbnail. There we go. But yeah, you know, twice a year or so, we do a Q&A, and we've done a bunch already, and like, I just kind of do whatever on these. In the first one, I just played random games, I took suggestions, I did a bit of Chipper and Sons on the second one. For this one, I have only one thing planned, which is kind of just bad planning on my part, that I came up with this while I was walking home, because I realized I forgot about it. We'll talk about it in a minute, but like, I don't really have anything planned. We might play a game, we might not. We're basically just chilling today. But yeah, anyways, let me say hi to chat. Insta, Adrian Super Soul, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Adrian, if you don't have any questions, that's alright. You can just kind of hang around. Maybe you'll come up with some as we go. Look, you're already asking a question. Everyone's got questions. You just gotta think, guys, because, you know, if no one has anything to say, I will come up with something, and that will prompt you. But yes, shave 100, look at me. I mean, the stubble is already there, like, instantly. Like... Man, I don't know why this seems to be like a me-only thing. I don't know, like, I feel like most people my age don't grow facial hair as fast as I do. Like, I'm a very hairy guy, is what I'm trying to say. And, like, at my uni, for example, I was on campus today. Like, it is actually pretty rare to see anyone with facial hair, just in general. Like, I don't see many beards around there, unless it's, like, one of the professors who's, like, old. But, like, considering my age, like... I've got a rare beard, which I don't know. I just find interesting because, yeah, I thought like my facial hair was pretty standard, but actually, like, I've gotten confidence with it. People say, like, man, look at this guy, he can grow a beard. Absolute riz. Complete Sigma. Brother, I have facial hair. Well, that's different, Insta. I mean, you're at the start of puberty. That's a whole different thing. You're already shaving? Really? Wait, aren't you like 14? Or am I getting mixed up? Because, to be fair, my parents wouldn't let me shave until I was like 16 or something. It was really dumb. And my high school said that I could only have a beard until I was 16. So it was just completely inverse. It was so dumb. They thought it would like fuck up my hair or something. So I had like I looked like a freaking goat. Like I had head hair on my chin for like a solid 2 years. Like, high school was a dark time. I'm glad that I stopped, like, taking as many photos, because that's a period of time I do not want documented. It's like the Map Hat monobrow, but even worse. Also, like, I mean, I have a monobrow. I have to pluck or shave, you know, this bit here. Which I usually do when I shave my beard anyway. But yeah, and also Super Soul, that's really funny. Matt jump scare. I love that Matt jump scare was in lowercase and everything else was in caps. Man, Insta's 15 already. Man, time's flying. Ah, yeah, you're old enough to shave. That's cool. Every 2 weeks. See, here's the thing. I don't. And with my hair as well. I go months without cutting anything. And then I do it like once every few months. Because I just don't care. I will let it grow out. I don't mind having long hair. Relatively speaking. It's at the point now where it's getting annoying. But the best barbers in town requires you to make an appointment in advance. And, like, it just happens to be a really busy time of year for me. I would have had my hair cut, like, you know, the day after I thought I need a haircut if this was, like, a couple weeks ago. But right now, and also my dad's schedule, because he has to drive me out there, because reasons. Anyway, enough of that shenanigan. I'm talking about boring stuff now. Livy, you're a woman? Facial hair. I'm sure you relate very heavily to that. But yeah, welcome, Livy. Nice to see you. But yeah, happy birthday and stuff. I forget when people's birthdays are. That's why we have the Hydration Nation bot to remind us. Guys, something I'd like to mention, by the way. If you're not on the I mean, I know you're on the Hydration Nation, but I recently people don't like Me6 for good reason. So we have a new bot that's used for birthdays. The Me6 birthdays have been scrapped, so be sure to add your birthday if you haven't already. Like, all of these people have re-added their birthday, but if you want your birthday thing, make sure to add it on the new bot. It's got, like, integrated slash commands, so it is actually objectively better. Even if we ignore the drama with Me6, objectively, it's a much more intuitive UI, and it's permanent, so do check it out. I'm really happy with the new updates to Hydration Nation this year, with, like, the bots and the emojis and stuff. Like, dude, the Hydration Nation, just shout out to my community, because we've been absolutely popping off. If we just go through the update log, since the start of 2023, or end of 2022 even, we've had some excellent updates. I'm trying to find... We had, what the fuck? What happened here? I don't remember this. What the hell? Lily Trom Ni Corey? What the What the fuck? I don't remember any of this. I was like replying to reactions. Oh man, that was funny. Oh yeah, I disabled auto mod. Yeah. Just some. At the end of hydrated highlights. It was like the last 2022 update. Oh yeah, so I deleted like all the Me6 stuff gradually. We got rid of leveling. I, you know, renamed that to be a bit more clear what it is. Changed the server icon. That was a temporary thing for Christmas. Stickers. We added stickers. We got the new Plazzy emoji. There's another one actually I need to approve, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. About an event records, of course, always been updated. But then we did like the bot overhaul in 2023. Like the bot overhaul. Man, I'm so happy with this update. Went really smoothly, all things, because it was like quite a big thing. I actually had to go and like do testing on like a private server and make sure that like everything was working. Like, it was quite complicated because I had to learn what all the bots were and then present them in a way that would be easy to explain for everybody, as well as just adding them and making sure all the permissions were synced and stuff. But yeah, a bunch of like stickers and stuff been changed. I completely overhauled the like welcome stuff for the community and nicknames, and then we did the Chubbs appreciation posts. That was a lot of fun. That was good. It was just me being a simp, and people like, hell yeah, Valentine's Day, let's go. I forgot that I changed them to the ambience. I think that joke is pretty much dead, so I changed it back. The enshrined is much better. Anyway, we're getting really sidetracked here. But this is the beauty of the Q&A. It's just a chill stream. We can do whatever. Now, I need to announce something, because now that I've given people time to arrive, I've been an idiot. I was supposed to release something today, and I haven't done it yet. The new Mr. Matt channel trailer. You guys may be aware that every year, I release a new channel trailer. You can't see it because it's been replaced by this. But if I search trailer, we actually do also have a playlist for this. I can't spell. We do actually have a playlist for this as well, which is, I don't know why it's not the first. I mean, that's one of them. Can we get the playlist? If I search channel trailer, that should. I have a playlist for this. Where is it? Excuse me. I'll find it. Again, it's not exactly something I put on my featured, so it's not as easy to find, unfortunately, but... Oh, here it is. Why are these random videos on here? I keep trying to put stuff on my watch later, and it ends up in my playlist. It's like, my guy, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Anyway, so... There's a brand new channel trailer, guys. Because here's the thing. Every year, I make a new channel trailer. In February, I create a new... advertisement for Mr. Matt. And I've been so busy / ill because of uni this year, on top of everything else, other commitments I can't talk about, in and out of uni. I just didn't have time. And this trailer, I think this one is the peak of my video editing. I think the 100% editless set script speedrun, I think that is my best channel trailer. And I don't know if this one really tops it, but the production of the new channel trailer was also a bit of a struggle because at first, I thought it would be funny to make a guide to Mr. Matt, and it would be like a guide video, kind of in the same vein as the FNAF Academy parody I did with Baldi's Basics. And if you haven't watched this, do check it out. Well, maybe it's not entertaining, but watch the start and the end. I don't know, I really try to nail the style. But also the Secret Laboratory stuff was released. I don't know if it pinged on that, but yeah, that's still going. That's just backlog stuff. I've been thinking about Secret Lab lately, but I haven't had time to play it since this. I was going to do a guide to Mr. Matt, but it just seems so kind of self-indulgent and not fun. The thing is, a good channel trailer is short, to the point, it's concise, and I wanted to actually, grab people's attention, not just make a funny video, because I wanted this to be something that everyone would actually watch. Everyone, just passers-by, who have absolutely no obligation, no interest to check out my channel in depth. So, what I've got here, I actually made this in a day. From scripting it, to recording, to video editing, I did the whole thing in a day, because I was getting really frustrated. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start over. I made this, literally a couple days ago, on the weekend. But I finally got it sorted out. And we're gonna watch it. I've got the video here. We're gonna watch it. And then I'm going to release it. I'm not going to premiere this because I'm already watching it inside the stream, and it's a channel trailer. It doesn't need to premiere because, Harleon's going to be there anyway, and it's going to be, there for the entirety of the next year, maybe longer if I, struggle to make the next channel trailer again, and just kind of, it's just going to be there. So this is, I'm going to let it speak for itself. I'm going to let it speak for itself. I love that the DDLC trailer... The plus trailer music is playing. That's fitting, but I'm actually going to have to pause out for a second. And I'm just going to play this. And we can react to it live. Exclusive, guys. Exclusive new channel trailer reveal. And this is going to be... I'm going to make this public. As soon as... You know what? I'll make it public in a few minutes. I won't wait till the stream is over. I'm not going to hold off on you. But I'm going to make it public after I've shown it on here. I'm going to give it a few minutes. But yeah, I'll be fun. Anyway, also, I didn't actually answer your question, Adrian. I'm really sorry. You know, for a Q&A, we haven't done a lot of questioning and answering, but I wanted to show off the channel trailer. But guys, if you want to ask questions, just put them in here. I've got like 1 or 2 from community posts, which I've lined up, but I'm just going to answer questions as I go. So, Adrian asked, what's your favorite Minecraft texture pack? Honestly, I don't know. Probably one of the programmer art ones that I always use. I just love that authentic old Minecraft feel. But Better Animations is a really good one that's really popular. You'll see it everywhere. Better Animations is just really cool. I think it does really interesting stuff with the game. Oh, well, actually, is that a texture pack? Because I'm talking resource packs. We're talking specifically textures. The only other one I could say is Bare Bones, which makes it look like the trailers, which is quite cool. Maybe I'll talk about that more in a minute, but yeah. But yeah, welcome, guys. Shout out to Matt for making the community as a whole. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I did technically do that. DJ, welcome to the stream. How do you do? We love Lucy. She's a fabulous bean. Hell yeah, she is. Yes, Mac, that music was also in the game. It's Stories of Friendship and Literature. It's like the last song that plays. I should replay the endings of DDLC just for the credits they added in Plus, because they look so good. But yeah, programmer art is based. You know, I just realized something. Because, man, I've approached this so casually, but actually, when I did the older, not channel trailers, the Q&As, I actually structured them, didn't I? Didn't I actually timestamp every individual question? Yeah, I actually timestamped all the questions. Maybe I can do that next time, maybe not, because it's just such a lot of time and effort that I don't have. And that first stream was very much broken up. This one kind of flowed as one thing. I don't even know what's going on with this stream, to be honest. But, I'll at least timestamp the bit when we start getting into the Q&A. We're gonna call this, like, the, you know, introductory, you know, kind of hangout sesh, and then, like, I'll timestamp, you know, 25, 30 minutes, you know, actual Q&A. Anyways, I'm gonna react to this now, guys. But, yeah, I'll actually go through the questions in depth after this, and take your time, guys. I'm gonna be here for an hour. You know, if you got no questions, you can always ask them next time. You can ask on any stream, but I just thought a dedicated Q&A. You know, I haven't done this in a while. Let's do it, you know, before the first month of my return ends, the second month of the year, whatever. Okay. What's our timestamp? 22:20. Okay, so fellas, it is time to react to my new channel trailer. As of being live, as of streaming this is exclusive. I'm going to make it public in just a few minutes at the end of the stream or so, sometime before, so I've already talked about this, but, you know, I have multiple channel trailers. Every year I make a new one, and I've really been struggling because I've been busy and ill, and I think I've peaked with this one. I think this was a really hard trailer to top the speedrun parody. It was just really well made. And I made this in like a day after starting over because I was going to do a parody guide thing, and I scrapped it. I wasn't happy with it. So here is just a different angle, a different take on advertising my channel that I just thought would be unique and interesting. Here you go, guys. I'm not going to talk over this. Enjoy. Hello, and welcome to my new channel trailer. Look, I get it. Why should you actually subscribe to me? Truthfully, I do think there are multiple reasons you might not have thought of. Obviously, this is a place of entertainment, but it's also interactive. Say hello in live chat, have a go at the question of the day, engage in a real-time conversation with me, as well as watching my commentary on whatever video game I'm playing, and there are plenty of different ones to choose from. It's not all mindless fun and games though. This is also a place of education, especially the Debate Direct series, where we learn about and discuss all kinds of random topics. You know, tier lists, reviews, that one time we generated AI images. There's a lot to find down there. That said, rest and relaxation are more than welcome here. Whether it's in live chat or my Discord server, I can guarantee that you'll find a friendly and stress-free vibe in my community. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe, so ring the bell, tune into my next stream, say hello, stick around and watch. You might learn something new, meet people you like, or simply have something cheerful to focus on in an otherwise gloomy or dull situation. You know what? Don't just take my word for it. Everyone who has already subscribed, go down to the comments below and tell all the newcomers why you're subscribed to me. Let's see how many different reasons we can come up with. Anyways, I won't take up any more of your time. You know, you can explore the channel for yourself, but thank you if you are subscribing, and also thank you if you're not subscribing, but you still watch to the end and maybe are sharing this with somebody else who you think would like to subscribe. I know my channel isn't for everybody, but I really do appreciate all the support, big or small. Seriously, everything you see here was only made possible with all the help from the supporters of this channel. Thank you. That's it. Stay hydrated. The end screen is supposed to come up there. It's not displaying because it's a private video. When it goes public, you'll see it. I'm going to release this in maybe an hour, 30 minutes. I haven't decided. I'm making this all up as I go along, guys. Just doing it on a whim. So stay tuned to get the URL. When I publicly release this, I'll paste it and pin it in chat. Until then, we're actually going to get on now with answering questions. We are 25, 30 in. We are actually going to do the thing now and start answering questions. I have to write this to actually sit here. Guys, why are you typing in the description? I got to do this for the timestamps. Also, I'll have exactly 3, which isn't enough, because then I can do, this is just like, you know, intro, trailer reaction, and then, of course, Q&A. Alright, that's just a rough guide. Let's get on with this. But yeah, stay tuned. I will release that soon. Excuse me. Man, I don't feel so good. Oh boy, I hate being ill. It's not even like that big of an illness. It's just like a slight thing. But man, I get minor illnesses so often. It's just the worst. But yeah, genuinely though, guys, what did you think of that trailer? Was that actually like a decent trailer? Or like, was that mid? Like, you know, because basically I just kept it simple. I wrote down a script. I read it out, trying to like perform, present, you know, as effectively as I could. And, you know, just kind of be charismatic, you know. Be all suave and charming, as I always am. Nat. And, yeah, I just thought, trying to make it dynamic, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll have, like, this in the background, right? And I'll like, have the light go on and off. Because, like, I was just messing around with the lights, and I was like, what if I switch the lights out? Because I've got, like, the Minecraft sign as well that glows in the dark. I also just realized this has been on 2023. January is a no. We're at the end of February, so I should actually be showing that off. I've not written anything in it, because I've been using my other calendar. But, I'm going to start actually keeping that on the month now, I think. But, yeah, and then, the last struggle was just picking music. If you guys have some questions about how I made the trailer, actually, that might be a nice segue, because the music was a big factor of production and choosing the music. Like, I don't know if you guys would be interested in the music I almost used, but didn't. I can actually bring up the video editing file for that if you want. Anyways, Mac, you really think the QOTD is an original idea? I appreciate that, dude. I've always thought I want to encourage discussion, because the whole uniqueness of live streaming is that I can have a conversation, or at least like a, you know, real-time acknowledgement of live chat. And like, I'm a small streamer, so I can actually talk to you individually. One day that may not be the case, but like, it's a beautiful thing, and it's something that just isn't present with pre-recorded videos, unless it's a premiere, but even that's different, because you're not on camera, you're not, like, you know, talking, you know, with your face and voice and everything. But like, with the, I don't know, with live streaming, it's just part of the beauty of the medium for me. It's like real-time-ish communication. It's interactive, you know, it's much more engaging. If I personally had to make a trailer for my channel, then this would be my go-to. Oh, thank you. Just, like, get, like, a mute me, and then just get a, text-to-speech to change the script, just to make it relevant to whatever, whatever you're saying. That'd be funny. The editing could be a little smoother, but I think it's good that it's straight to the point. I like it. That is true. If I'm being honest, guys, I could have endlessly kept improving the editing and polishing it up to be, like, better, but it was made by one guy in like a day. So yeah, absolutely. It is not perfect. I still think my speedrun trailer was better. I think the editing in that one was not perfect, but still like superior. But I don't want to rely on editing. I just try to keep it simple. But yeah. Creeper, welcome to the stream. It was alright, nothing special, but it gets the point across. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it does. Because, like, what I didn't want to do was just do all the generic calls to action of, like, this is what I do. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Remember to like, share, comment, you know, and just all that kind of bullshit. Because, like, people already know, okay, they can already see. I don't care how dumb the viewer is. I don't need to tell them to subscribe. I need to show them why they should subscribe. And the script for this, I'm actually going to show it off. So the script for this, the angle I was going for with this was to do a trailer that was basically, the premise was, why should you actually subscribe to me? Like, why should you actually subscribe? That's the premise. That's like the title, you know? It's in the thumbnail. It's in the start of the video. And what I ended up doing was listing 4 reasons. And the primary thing is that, okay, so obviously it's a place of entertainment, but it's interactive entertainment, and I use examples of live chat and the question of the day with the red flashing circle to highlight with that. And I literally thought, let's just show an example. Like, what better way to just actually just show what a Mr. Matt stream looks like? Just to put an actual example on the screen so that I have something tangible to connect with what I'm saying in advertising. Just show them what an actual stream looks like. And I thought the bit of me mining a diamond, I just clicked a random Minecraft episode and jumped to a random point. I just pressed 5 on the 2nd episode of the hardcore series, and I thought, ooh, I'm mining a diamond. Nice symbolism. I'll use that. So yeah, that was, yeah, the thought process. I know that literally nobody asked, but like, this is what we're doing now. Then I talked about the intellectual side and the educational edge of my channel. And obviously that lends itself to Debate Direct, because Debate Direct is supposed to be educational. It's supposed to be a series where we explore more topics beyond just gaming. Tier lists and reviews are obviously popular, so I picked them as examples. But I wanted to, you know, really show just how diverse it got. So I was like, oh, that one time we generated AI images, and specifically the AI image generation, because that thing's kind of been trending, and that's really relevant, and it's going to continue to be. But obviously, like, I let the visual speak for itself as well. I'm just scrolling through, and you can kind of pick out, oh, there's the AI image, there's tier list this, review that, there's a debate about a certain topic, you know. And then I thought, you know, R&R, and I said, you know, some people are gonna hear this and think, oh gosh, that sounds like a lot of hard work, all this intellectual stuff. So then I'm going the opposite way and kind of showing, well, actually, also, people who just want to relax and vibe are more than welcome here too. You know, you'll find a friendly and stress-free vibe in my community. And I know that's just, oh, well, that sounds very good. But genuinely, guys, like, you are a really solid community. I love the vibe that we create, because it's something authentic, it's something genuine, and it's something that is, you know, well-meaning. You know, you guys know how horrible I can be. I can be sarcastic and ironic, and there are so many times where I've thought of, like, making, like, pretty inappropriate jokes and being pretty savage, but I hold myself back because I just know they're not going to understand that sense of humor. But, like, we have you know, at the end of the day, we actually are quite a positive community, I feel like, and I truly believe this. And the Hydration Nation, by extension, you know, we fostered, you know, reasonable attitudes, you know. You know, we're thinkers, we're artists, but we're also thinkers who you're trying to, you know, look at the world for what it is, and look at, you know, history for what it is, and kind of, I'm making this sound way more grandiose than it actually is. We're just a bunch of teenage, like, gamers, really. But, like, I think myself, and by extension all of you and everything, are kind of, you know, a well-to-do and you know, earnest community. You know, we don't have any... I mean, okay, we do have negativity. Like, it'd be lying to say that we were absolutely purely lacking complete negativity, but it's how we as a community in general respond to it. Not calling out any individuals other than myself, really, but, like, it's how we respond to that, which makes us so great. Anyway, and those are, like, the main 3 reasons. Entertainment, education, relaxation. And then I'm just kind of, like, you know, just kind of spewing out all the other reasons I can think of. I'm like, well, look, it's free, you can always unsubscribe. I know Dream coined that one, but he's right about that. Like, you know, it is free. You can always unsubscribe. It's a very, you know, simple thing. And I think those particular words are encouraging and have been successfully used by other YouTubers, you know, to convince people to subscribe. And then I'm like, you know, just telling me what to do. Now that I've shown them, now I'm telling them, you know, ring the bell, tune into my next stream, say hello, stick around, and watch. You might learn something new, the educational aspect, meet people you like, you know, rest and relaxation, or even the interactivity bit, or simply have something chill to focus on in those gloomy or dull situation. So I'm kind of connecting to all three of these, not in the right order, I just realized, but it's a rough thing, because, you know, I know that sounds all well, but actually I can back this up, because I have genuinely had people in chat, you guys, tell me about how much what I do here has actually brightened up your day and helped you kind of like get away from, you know, mundane or sad aspects of your reality, you know, for whatever period of time, you know, just long, hard days at school. I get it. I've lived that, you know, I only recently came out of my own teenhood, and I know how horrible high school can be. So it means a lot to know that actually I was, like, you know, there for people. Not, like, in a crazy, you know, big way, but just in a small way, you know. It's nice, and like, that is something I can genuinely back up with anecdotes. Not naming names, but, you know. And then I thought at the end, right, why should they just listen to me telling them, though? So again, trying all kinds of different approaches and being flexible and changing what I'm doing. I've shown and said all these different things. Now I'm taking a step and thinking, okay, don't just take my word for it. And this is where I want you guys to come in, okay? Genuinely, I want you guys to come in here. I want everyone who is already subscribed, you guys, when I publish this in a few minutes, I want you to go down to the comments and tell the newcomers why you're subscribed to me. Now, obviously, there's an ulterior motive here. I'm just like, oh, let's see how many different reasons we can come up with. Be really creative and interesting. This is obviously for my own personal gain and self-benefit. This is a completely selfish action. I am manipulating minors who I have absorbed into a cult of personality to build my reputation and image. That is exactly what I am doing here. You're mine! But seriously, I think it would just be effective for my subscriber count if people scroll down and they see all of these other people, completely different people, all these different reasons why they're subscribed, and kind of like build a more comprehensive and objective image of what my channel is actually about. Because at the end of the day, right, I can say whatever, but I obviously have, you know, an agenda. The people, you guys don't have an agenda. You have no obligation or desire to defend me or my channel, alright? You get, you know, what you put in. Like, you know, you can just not comment at all if you don't feel obliged to. You may feel, oh, well, you know what, Matt, you've made some great content over the years and you've really helped me. Why not, you know, I'll do you a favor. I'll help you out. And I just think that'd be really interesting for newcomers to go down to the comments and be like, oh, here's, you know. So that's what other people have to say. Maybe there is something to what he's saying. And then at the end, I'm just, you know, right, not going to take everybody more time, because again, keep it short, keep it brief. I wrote this to be as, you know, concise as I could. And I specifically pointed out, thank you if you're subscribing. And something that a lot of people don't think of. Thank the people who aren't subscribing, but still watched to the end, heard me out, you know, took the time to actually consider subscribing. And maybe share this with someone else who might. Because a lot of people might find my channel and not be interested, but they'll know someone else who is. And those shares, again, it helps me. This is pure self-interest, textbook. And I don't know if any of those people will be watching this, but I do want to specifically point out, you're awesome, because this is actually not the final script. I actually changed the final script, because this video actually has captions, and that's a whole other thing, but this video, no fucking way. Crash, give me 1 minute. But this video actually has captions, which I've never done before, and if you actually use the captions, you'll notice the script is actually different. When I say it's not the exact same thing here. And I don't know if I have any deaf viewers, or could have, but man, if this helps them out, that'd be lovely. I wish I could caption all my live streams, but it's just not feasible. But yeah, I appreciate this for big and small. And this is just a genuine statement. You could say, oh, Matt, you're laying on thick to be charming and nice, but actually, like, I genuinely, you know, all the people who have unsubscribed and don't support the channel, but did at some point in any way, big or small, you know, I appreciate that too, because every little thing, it adds up, you know, every, you know, watch minutes, every, you know, reshare, every bit of exposure, and then obviously I end with the slogan. But yeah, that was, you know, the new channel trailer, and if you guys are curious about production, I have the whole thing here. Again, you can see, like, pretty much
to my new channel trailer.
You've just got like the bits cut up.
Why should you?
It's just jump cuts of me.
Say hello in live chat.
Whatever
video game I'm playing.
I did
and
some
there are
fancier edits.
Different
if
ones.
I mute this, if I mute all this, yeah, I did some fancier edits. This one took the longest. I'm really proud of this edit because I love the way it looks, and I have actually updated my feature page so it has all these different games on it, because I wanted as many different games that would be recognizable to different fan bases and franchises, you know, as possible, because like Choo Choo Challenge is popular, Baldi's Basics, the whole thing. Obviously got FNAF and Minecraft. Jedi Fallen Order is relevant because Survivor's coming out soon, you know, it's all there. Then there's like some like captions and stuff. What is this? Oh no, that's the border, guys. You see what's changing on there? You see the, if I just, if I do this, I actually recorded, like, continuity error, like, without the actual border, so I had to actually insert that in from editing, otherwise it looked like this, which just felt a bit odd. Again, just a small branding thing. And, like, you know, that was pretty much it. There were obviously, like, some, like, captions and stuff at the start. You've got, you know, the why you should actually subscribe, similar to the trailer, and then it's just the music, and the music is just something I found on the YouTube audio library. Never heard of it or its creator, but it's called what's it called? Let me just find it in the list. It's called Lilac Skies by Corbin Kites, and it just had the right vibe. It just I narrowed it down by like genre and vibe, and it just kind of had the right you know, just the right vibe. So yeah. There are auto caption extensions on OBS. Ooh, I didn't know that. I should check that out at some point. Extensions. I'll probably have to download it from somewhere else. I don't suppose I could find it in here. I'm gonna have to make a note of that. I'll just think. Captions extension for OBS. I'm just gonna bookmark that. Because I don't have time for that right now. But that sounds interesting. I will look into that. Thank you, Super Soul. But anyway, that's pretty much everything about the trailer. If you guys have any other questions about the trailer, I will take them now. Otherwise, I will release it. I will actually release the trailer so you can actually go to the video and check it out. By the way, I love that I talk about newcomers just as we get someone new. Where am I? What is this place? Where am I? It's a Dorko reference, right? I don't know if that was intentional, but just you reminded me of the Dorko green screen meme, which is a classic. But yeah, welcome, Crash. Thank you for joining. I don't know if I've seen you here before. I don't know if you are new or if you're actually just not a regular or something. But yeah, pleasure to see you. Also, Platy, welcome. I will answer your questions soon. I'd like to see you savage. That'd be interesting. Oh, you, Mac, you're not ready. Sometimes I am feeling spiteful, okay? Let's just say, speaking of the continuity error cameo, I did a similar thing the other way around. There's a continuity error video where Mr. Mac cameos in it in the exact same way, commenting. I think it was the Mangle video. I thought that was a nice little thing to do. Rather than having my own account commenting on video, have my different one, it makes sense. But also, the latest continuity error script I've been writing, I think it's finally done. Maybe, but I had to rewrite it many times because it had so many expletives. I can't talk about it yet, but it got very heated. That's a strange way to phrase things, but okay. But it's true. This is a cult. The trailer worked without people even seeing it. Crazy. Guys, my trailer is so good. It's bringing in new audiences without them having even seen the trailer. Just tangential, you know, quantum vibrations in the fabric of reality are emanating from the trailer to bring in more audiences for Mr. Matt. Absolutely flabbergasted. I actually put an anomaly in the trailer, which the SCP Foundation is trying to track down. It's a space-time anomaly that attracts knowledge of the trailer through unknown mechanisms. Quantum something or other, despite people having not seen or heard of the trailer or anything. It's absolutely nutty. Unsubscribers, those exist. Yeah. DJ, I'm sure I mean, guys, look, guys, I'm just going to be real with you for a minute, okay? I have nothing to hide here. Well, except the monetization tab, which they've changed. It's changed to earn now. If I go to my analytics, lifetime subscribers. I don't know how to get just people who've unsubscribed, but, like, it's a significant number. What day did I lose all of these subscribers? Alright, let's just go last 28 days.
Yeah, look at that. It happens all the time. About half as much as I gain subscribers. If I didn't lose subscribers, I'd have been monetized like a long time ago. But, you know, that's just not how life works, guys. Sometimes you gotta unsubscribe, and that's okay. That's just how it is. Oh, man. Being inactive for a month, it really doesn't... I mean, to be fair, everything's green now that I've gotten the swing of things. But I take a hiatus every year in January, for those of you who don't know. So that's why the stats are a bit weird. Oh, we've got some great questions. Right, I'm actually going to get into questions now. I'm surprised you didn't use something from Kevin McLeod, or McLeod. I don't know how that's pronounced. But that's the thing. Kevin, Incompetech, brilliant musician, brilliant royalty-free musician, completely overused. Like, everybody uses Kevin McLeod stuff, right? Which is why I don't want to use it. Because I don't want people to go into my video and think, oh, I know that music. It's the one that everyone uses. Fucking sneaky snitch. Everyone uses it. Speaking of which, I'm going to put the background music back on. But, like, I don't want to... actually, I'll put the music back on when we get to the next segment. But, like, I don't want to, I don't want to use that because music gets very samey. I want to try and find obscure music no one else has used. And that will, you know, be a bit more engaging, I think, because then it won't be like, oh, he's, you know, not even found original music, how lazy. But yeah, Crash has been subscribed for the longest time. I'm a rare sight. Yeah, I thought so. I feel like I've seen your username before. But we will attract newcomers with this. I promise. Say it, have Bird app cancel you. Wait, no. Not yet. Not yet. I just got reminded of a Sambuca video. He's like, okay, these are my least favorite minorities. I know this is going to upset some people, but honestly, I don't care. So the first one is left-handed people. Less than 10% of the population. So annoying. I sound like Michael Storin. What's your favorite color? Says about you. Let's go. Green. Shut the fuck up. Yellow. You based. Like, but yeah, and it was like, least favorite minorities, red-haired people, you know, green-eyed people or something. It was funny. It was, and then he did like, my least favorite races, and then he listed like Formula 1 racing. It was a great, like, bait, short. Anyway, sneaky snitch from the hit video game where the geometry dashes. Livy, I wrote some things that I would never say out loud in my scripts. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just this one particular script. Right. Okay. The channel trailer segment is over. I will still take questions about the channel trailer if you guys are interested. I'm marking this down. It's about 47 minutes in. But now we're gonna get on with the actual Q&A, and I will be taking any questions from live chat about my channel. I'm gonna make this video public right now, so if you guys want to check out my channel trailer, it is out. It's not gonna premiere, it's just poof, it's there, and I'm also gonna go share that. I haven't even linked the previous trailer in the description. I should do that. Breaking tradition here. I'll fix that later. But yeah, actually, if I just do this. But yeah, I will be taking questions now, and I actually do have some questions. I have like one question in the backlog. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think I got many because when I announced the Q&A, I got one comment, and there are no comments on my latest community post. So I have a total of one question that I got asked in advance. Ambience is live? Man, I hate to overlap. I'd be interested in seeing that, especially with the unique title and thumbnail, but I'll catch up with that later. If it's Twitter drama, I'm probably not interested. Also, I've changed my mind. I'm going to break tradition, alright? I might do that later. I don't know. But right now, I'm going to go share this. I'm going to get on with the Q&A now. So, I see all of the questions in chat, and I will just answer them one at a time. And we're just going to have a good old time here. If Discord could open up, please. Thank you. Alright, but yeah, I'm going to just go ping this now. Mr. Matt, it's out. Also, actually, I don't know why you'd rather do this, but if you want to ask, you can ask me anything on the Hydration Nation. We have a dedicated channel for that as well as live chat, so for whatever reason you want to use this instead, I'll leave it open. Anyways, let's get on with the Q&A. So first of all, because this legend actually went to the effort of commenting on the original community post announcing it and not just turning up live, he gets privilege. I could ask a troll question or something, but here's a genuine one. Oh, excuse me. That was not part of my answer. That's recorded as like my legal answer. So MG Mac says, what is your favorite and least favorite series out of the ones you've done this month? So for those of you who don't know, the last month we haven't gone by the regular routine or schedule. We've just done a bunch of one-off streams and videos, just all kinds of special stuff. We did a one-off on Plague Evolved, Brotato with Brotato, another 60 seconds, even though we originally did that in 3 random games, I brought it back. We did It Steals, we did a series on Choo Choo Charles, Minecraft 100 Days, Pizza Sim, a one-off on Ultra Kill, Portal Reloaded got a one-off, and just a whole bunch of little things. We've got our debate direct in, as well as the Doctor Who Series 2 tier list. So, out of the series, we're carrying 60 seconds, because I have played it before, but it's only games that I've played before. Even if it's like a loose series, anything that I've played before, the ones I've done this month, excluding Minecraft, because I know it's one of your favorite games. So, if I'm being honest here, I think my favorite series... Oh, it's tough. I love them all, like, equally. I love them all equally. I don't think I could pick a favorite and a least favorite. But I think the worst one was Choo Choo Charles, because my playthrough was really scuffed. The game wasn't buggy, I think. The game's excellent, but I played it on the wrong order. We had it as a joke, we went backwards at the start of the game instead of choosing either left or right, and I just did everything in the wrong order. It was, like, super scuffed, and I really wanted to replay the entire game properly. And, you know, this was a fun stream, because I actually found all the secrets and 100% of the game. So I don't feel, like, the urge to go back and play Choo Choo Charles now, because I've seen pretty much everything there is, but I want to do Spiff-style challenges in future, I don't know. I guess you could argue the best is 60 seconds, because this was really original. I went with the Minecraft style for the title and the thumbnail, just the thumbnail even, and it was just a great playthrough. Whereas Pizza Sim's been done loads of times before. Getting blacklisted, it's been seen, it's been done. The only thing that makes it unique is that it's my personality and my brand and the QOTD and all that stuff, which, you know, like, if you were watching my channel and you wanted something unique, you'd watch this. Unless you were like a big FNAF fan, you wanted familiarity, fair enough, but yeah, I think that's hard to say. Also, edit, whoops, totally forgot to include my other question. I remember once that you said that the hydration podcast would be a cool thing. Are you actually considering it? Because that'd be pretty evident it was a video series, just saying. So, here's the thing. I have zero experience in actually producing podcasts, but I've done so many things that are like tangentially connected to a podcast. I have been listening to Distractable for years. I've listened to Go My Favorite Sports Team, you know? I've really been interested in doing podcasts. I even listened to the thing that Acro did. I forget what it's called. Ambience was on there for a bit. It was the podcast... Oh, it was like the gamers podcast. I don't remember what it was called, but Acro the Dragon did one. I think that's the name of the YouTube channel. You know, I have done voice acting and video editing, which comes with audio editing, not to like a super high level, but just basic cutting and stuff, you know. Sound effects, you know. Over the years, I've done all kinds of different video projects. So a podcast is just audio only, basically. I have all the skills and experience to do a decent podcast, I think, absolutely. However, the thing about the podcast is that it would be a big commitment that I don't have time for right now. I have absolutely no plans to make any kind of podcast in the foreseeable future. I've thought about it, spouted ideas, and I feel like I could do a podcast, something in line with Debate Direct and or Continuity Error, rightly so, Mac, right point out chat. You know, something that's like the study of games. I actually discovered something recently, guys. I recently had, turn the music down, music's a bit loud. I do a module about digital history in my history degree. I do a module about digital history. And we did a class about video games in the academic study of history. Alright? As like actual history. And it was one of the best classes I've ever done, because it is the first time I've ever had something academic relating to my studies connect to what I do here and all of my hobbies. And there is actually a thing called game studies. There is a thing on game studies, also known as ludology, from ludas, game, and logia, study, research. And, like, this might be something that I actually go into a career in future. I don't know, this really interests me. And I'm still making my mind up on what my future career might be. I've thought about broadcast journalism, because it's similar to what I do here, and it's kind of a thing I have the skills and the interest and everything in, but something that was specifically connected and tied into game studies, I don't know, that might be something I do in future, because it's very interesting. I should point out, it's not just the study of video games, but that is a part of it. It's primarily written in anthropology, but also sociology, psychology. It kind of, you know, it crosses all this stuff. And, like, I had no idea that this was, like, a formal, you know, academic thing, because, like, games is, like, entertainment. It's just dumb fun, right? But that's not necessarily the case. And I have to give credit to the Shrine of Ambience for opening my eyes through the niche of Five Nights at Freddy's to, you know, analytical and academic aspects of game design. Okay, I see what's going on. Ambience has finally come to his senses. I mean, look, I've never been against Scott's decision to have a Twitter account. Dude can do whatever he wants, but I mean, I feel like it's common sense that Twitter is a toxic cesspit that must be avoided at all costs. Use Reddit, use Discord, use literally anything else. Use fucking Tumblr. Tumblr has some issues, but man, it's better. It's better than Twitter. But yeah, I don't know. I just think this is really interesting. And all of this to say that I have no plans for a podcast, but I would love to do one day. It could be a podcast, maybe even like on YouTube or on Spotify or something. I'm sorry, I have a really itchy armpit. I know that's gross, but I keep getting itchy. Not even in my armpit, but like next to my armpit. It's really weird. You know, I think the music's still too loud. I don't know about you guys, but I think the music is still too loud. I'm gonna turn it down even more. Tell me if it's too quiet, but like I'm turning it down just a bit more. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the background music for the channel trailer, I was actually thinking of using, Minecraft music discs. This is one of them. But, I won't talk about that unless you ask. But yeah, all this to say that I think I'm definitely going to do a podcast one day, but I have no plans for a long time, and I don't know exactly what it would be on. Would it be video games? That's very broad. Would it be indie video games? Indie mascot horror video games? Or, like, would it be, you know, maybe about, you know, the, internet culture in general? Both video games and otherwise? Meme culture? Something like that. I don't know. I feel like that would be, like, right up my street. Because what I could bring to a very popular, you know, topic in, you know, our capitalist consumer society is my own skills, you know, in academia, to actually bring, you know, traditional historical, you know, analysis and evaluation, not in form of essays, but like just the skills to this, you know, very, you know, low-level topic. Because I think that there is actually a kind of logic to video games which is unique and it's interesting. And it's cross-discipline as well. I think mathematicians actually will be able to delve much deeper into video games in some ways than I am, because I have absolutely no knowledge or skills in coding or programming or any of that kind of stuff. Numbers aren't me. I'm like all words and literature, but I think that's interesting because it provides a different, you know, perspective. Dark Rooms! Good suggestion, Insta. You know, I haven't actually listened to this, but I just know about it through Ambience. There's a thing called Dark Rooms, and it's a podcast. The Dark Rooms. Wait, it's Ozone's podcast? I didn't know Ozone did it. But yeah, basically, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's podcast. Hang on, no, this isn't it. Where's the one with, like, the endoskeleton wearing the funny hat? Am I thinking of something else? There's like a FNAF podcast. Into the Night. No, I was thinking of this. I haven't listened to this, but it gets recommended to me. And like, I can't say I'm that interested, to be honest, because it's all stuff I already know about, and I feel like I'm just going to hear opinions that are going to piss me off, because FNAF these days is the whole thing, but yeah, I keep seeing this recommended to me. Maybe I'll listen to it. Nick Blank. But yeah, there's thing called Into the Night as well. FNAF podcasts. They're very real. Yeah. Anyways. I need to fix something. Just realised that I'm gonna be making a little dusty. Get out of here. There we go. Sorry, like I just got home before starting the stream. Right. Now that we've run through all of that, I'm actually gonna get into looking at, you know, the questions that were put in live chat. And I'm just gonna go from the top and I'm gonna scroll down and I'll catch up. So, Adrian Krasovic asked Matt, what is your favorite Minecraft texture pack? So, I'm actually going to launch Minecraft right now to show off to you guys, like, what exactly I mean here. Because I actually want to show the texture packs tangibly. I think it'd be very interesting. The Minecraft texture packs, I think I am the holder of an unpopular opinion that programmer art is the superior texture pack in Minecraft. Obviously, when I say superior, I mean it in jest, because it's purely subjective. There's no objective, you know, fact that one texture pack is better than the other. It's just an art style, and it's purely subjective, purely based on preference. I think most of the newer Minecraft tech... Here's the thing. The reason why I prefer to play with programmer art is because, obviously, there's nostalgia bias. I'm fully aware of that. I grew up on programmer art. Programmer art was the definitive look of Minecraft. And Minecraft advertising is weird because it has an entirely different graphic style for trailers and stuff. But, you know, that's just like official cinematics and stuff. So you can kind of ignore it. When it actually comes to the game itself, it's consistent. Except in 1.14, they introduced new textures. So I'm just going to open my thumbnail creation world, actually. This is the world that I've been using lately for the 100 days thumbnails, and just the 100 days thumbnails. But I think I might want to start using the same world for all my thumbnails. I think that'll be really interesting. Yeah, here's the thing. I was going to have the background, you can just see the nether portal, but I was going to have this behind it. And I thought, man, this looks pretty cool. I got a very nice, several failed attempts, but for the nether episode, I got some very nice views. This is like the original portal, though, which takes you out to a lovely plains biome. Wait, that's not. Where's the ruined portal? I had a ruined portal that I used. There's a village, which I got in the episode 2 thumbnail. The episode 1 thumbnail just used something random, I think. Well, I'm getting very off topic here. There's a lovely little spawn. It's like a little grove with all these flowers and trees. And then over the ridge, there's a village. But you know what? You've got a decent look at a load of different Minecraft textures here. You got wood logs, planks, you know, cobblestone, grass, leaves, you know, and all of that kind of thing. Now, what you're looking at here is programmer art. Okay, I'm also going to mute the music because I got music playing. But what you're looking at here is programmer art. So it's like, okay, there's nostalgia bias, but what else? You see, in 1.14, they started to make textures look like this. Alright, and I'm just going to go around and, well, spot the difference. The thing about the new textures from 1.14 plus is that the vast majority of them are pretty much the exact same. The changes made are meaningless. Like, they went to all the effort of retexturing just for it to look pretty much the exact same, like with no meaningful difference. Wood planks are a really good example. Let me find a few more. If I go like, you know, tools, like iconic stuff, not water bucket, what's like really iconic, like dirt block, grass block, you know, stone block. If I get like ingots, get my iron ingot, get my diamond block, you know, diamond ore as well. Like a lot of these, like you'll immediately see what I mean. A lot of the changes are just kind of meaningless. I'm just gonna lay out a bunch of blocks so we can really show this off without having to like walk around. Just like a bunch of the things, right? And I'll keep some of this in my inventory, obviously, so you can look at like items. Yeah, let's be consistent. I'll go iron. Go iron helmet. Yeah, just things like that, okay? Coal. Coal's a pretty common thing, right? So you look at this, okay? You look at these textures. Alright, look at these textures. Remember what they look like? I also want to talk about mossy cobblestone. Pay attention to mossy cobblestone, okay? I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And look, they're good. They're fine. But the change, in my opinion, is just unnecessary. Because if you look at the programmer, I mean, what's the difference? Like, they've just rearrange the pixels. Some of these are actually identical, I think. But, like, it's just... You know, it's just like, you know, they've changed the colorations and the shading, I guess. Number one thing which really sticks out to me, which is especially obvious with Mossy Cobblestone, is that programmer art has a very gritty, rough around the edges look. It has a very, you know, authentic indie kind of, you know, style that one might call unpolished. If I'm going to be cynical here, let's say, oh, it's unpolished. Again, if you go to the newer textures, you'll find that it's all very smoothed out. There's a lot less contrast. The textures are more, they kind of flow into each other more. It also gives off the illusion of being more detailed or more realistic. Like, again, the colors are kind of toned down, they're less saturated, I guess, in some cases. Again, it's very minor examples, and it's very hard to show. Let's give the caves and the nether a visit to further demonstrate my point. If I can just find a good cave. We'll go into spectator mode here. So, this is with the newer textures, alright? And we're going to ignore 1.19 and kind of newer caves for the sake of argument here, because programmer art doesn't exist for those, at least not in official capacity. There is fan-made stuff, which I use, but that's a whole other thing, because they don't always imitate the style accurately, unfortunately. Let's find a dungeon. Let's just locate a dungeon, because I need, oh man, they changed commands. Locate, structure, dungeon? Spawner? Hang on, it's dungeon, right? Why can I not locate a dungeon? Is this really so much to ask for? Hang on, D for dungeon. Is it not a structure? Is it like a point? If I go like spawner? Okay, dungeons are unlocatable for some reason. No idea why. Here's a mine shaft. I guess this'll do. I'm gonna give myself night vision. Just because it's gonna be dark. Let's just do this for like a few minutes. Okay. So here's modern Minecraft. First of all, there's the ores, which I don't think I even need to talk about. But like, even if we're just looking at all like the other stones and stuff, and just how like the textures are kind of laid out. Again, this is modern. Pay attention to diorite. And then if we go programmer art. Again, like, it's got a gritty feel. There's more high contrast. In some way, it's more detailed. It just feels, I don't know, less kind of, it feels like a more unique art style, I guess. It's very hard to describe. Gravel, man, old gravel, old gravel. Gravel got retextured back in the past, which is a whole thing. And I actually think the old gravel texture kind of sucked. Again, I'm biased to what I grew up with, absolutely. But, like, the art style here, you know, it's cool, right? It kind of just, it's hard for me to explain. But, like, it looks like gravel. It's recognizable as gravel. You go with the new textures, and it feels like it's Microsoft trying to make everything look more appealing to a more mainstream audience, trying to kind of literally smooth out the edges, get rid of that indie, you know, grittiness, that kind of rough edge, and to make everything look polished and, you know, I wouldn't call it eye-pleasing, but I guess they would. And, you know, it just feels like they're trying to, you know, make Minecraft mainstream and generic, because it's like, man, there's that weird semblance of realism now in the textures, which goes very much against the kind of whole idea of Minecraft. And it's just weird to me. Because not only is it kind of just against the, let's call it the ethos, the artistic integrity, the artistic integrity of Minecraft, but also it's such a subtle change that it doesn't actually make a meaningful difference. Like, I will often forget to put on programmer art, and it won't be until I see something like diorite or, it won't be until I see one of my pet peeves that I'll notice that I'm not using programmer art, because most of the differences are so minor, and also there are a few unchanged textures, like creepers I believe are unchanged. It's just a weird thing. And then if we go up over to, oh, whoops, didn't mean to go survival mode. Let's talk about the biggest offender, okay? Let's talk about the ones that are a bit more controversial, okay? Cobblestone. And you know what. Okay? So first of all, again, Obsidian and the portal texture is slightly different. Like, Obsidian, I can't describe it, but it just looks a little off to me. That's probably just because I'm not used to it. I really don't like what they've done with the ores in newer Minecraft, but that's just a whole other thing. I don't know if they're trying to make it realistic or whatever, but ores in general just look weird. That's just my opinion, though. But look at the netherrack. What did they do to you? Like, netherrack had such a weird and interesting look, and now it's just red cobblestone. It's literally just cobblestone, but red. It's not actually the same texture, but it just looks like red rocks, which is what it is, but, like, it's just kind of there. It's very bland. And to be fair, I guess having this be like a bland background texture makes perfect sense, because it's by far the most common block, and the nether has all these other dynamic things to attract your attention. If these blocks themselves are very eye-catching, that would be, you know, I don't know, that doesn't really work, and I get that, but, like, it just looks so bland, because if you go back to programmer art, I can't analytically defend this, because it's just my opinion. Like, man, call me cringe, whatever. But, like, man, this shit, this is the shit. Like, this netherrack, I don't know. It just feels, I guess, more authentically Minecraft. I mean, it's not just that I'm used to it. There is nostalgia, it's not just that. It's like, it's a very interesting texture, because it's ambiguous. Like, it's not just, oh, well, we'll take just like a stone and we'll make it red and it's like poof done. It's like, what is this, you know? I mean, I guess, I understand why people don't like it. It's a busy pattern. Like, it's very high contrast. And I guess the background block being a lot more plain does work. But, like, I don't know. That's not the way I would have changed it. It just feels, I don't know, kind of unnecessary. Because netherrack here, I mean, it's like, I mean, I guess the sounds are a thing. I think they changed the sounds. And I don't mind the sounds. I don't really notice them. But, like, they just, I don't know. It's weird. The, how do I, it's really hard to explain this. Like, it's just part of the artsy vibe of OG Minecraft. It's like, man, is this like a kind of stone? Is this like flesh? Is it like a kind of soft, mushroomy kind of thing? Which is something I went elaborate on 1.16. Like, although it's like, it's not a big deal. It's just a texture. Like, it's not even something I normally consciously think about. So it feels weird to even argue about it. But like, I just prefer the old textures in general. I mean, I'm used to the new textures because I see them in YouTube videos and everyone's used to that. But, like, when I play with the new textures, I just feel really thrown off. Like, old netherrack is much more, I guess, unique. Now, obviously, there's a big problem, though. Because the textures don't fit in. Like, you got this much more interesting, appealing, you know, in my opinion, you know, consistent with the rest of the game netherrack texture, right? That isn't just like a bland, you know, alternative stone. It's like an actual, you know, its own thing. But like, every update since 1.14 is breaking programmer art more and more. So I've had to resort to resource packs, such as this one for 1.18, but it does work on 1.19. That basically replace the new ones and make it fit in. This one replaces things like ores and nether stuff. So now it's kind of blended, and that looks lovely, you know? It's preserving, you know, the old stuff. And it's not just like, you know, the netherite there and stuff, but things like netherite blocks, and like piglin bastion bricks and stuff, it's all made consistent. But yeah, if we go into the caves, you'll see as well. Now, I know that they changed the ores for colorblind people, and I think that was a really good move, but I just think the exact design looked off. If we go back to, the default, actually. I think I can just do this instead. I know it's been a long time on this one thing, but screw it, man. I've committed. Like, some of the new walls look great. I think this looks great. I like that it's got a semblance of the nether, texture. And it's a bit odd, but it's like, it looks unique. It's good, okay? And for colorblind people, that's really helpful, you know? Redstone looks fine. It's kind of like got that lapis kind of look. The new lapis is odd, but like lapis ore is so rare, it's like whatever. Let me just find some lapis. Man, they changed the ore heights and everything. It's a bit confusing now, but where's lapis? Again, copper just sucks in general. I don't particularly care for copper. Copper's alright. I don't mind its existence. I just think it's, where do you find lapis? What am I doing? I can literally just get the block. Oh, there's some lapis. I literally saw it. Yeah. Like, these new ore textures look fine. But iron, like the most common ore in the game, like, it just looks like freaking potatoes. Or like raw chicken. Like, it's just got such a weird look. And it's like, they try to over-detail it and make all the bits look round when they should be, like, square. Because it's, you know, Minecraft. Now, thankfully, diamonds have been preserved, and they look badass. Deep Slate Diamond is, like, the best ore in the game. Just for looks. But me, I like to play with this texture pack. And I'm not colorblind, so them being the same isn't a problem for me. And it fixes iron. It makes iron look so much more appealing, so much more, you know, Minecrafty. It just looks, you know, again, consistent with the environment. And, you know, I guess you could say, well, now they all have the same thing, they're just different colors, it's a bit bland. Well, yeah, but that's a thing. That's a price I'm willing to pay. And also, they weren't all the same back in the day. Redstone had a unique texture, and so did lapis. Before the change. It was only iron and gold that shared the same pattern, and then copper in this pack uses the same pattern. But the rest are actually still unique. You know, lapis still has its unique look. And it's like, it's just different scatterings of pixels. Oh yeah, coal as well, obviously. But like, you know, they're not really meaningfully different with the newer one. And that's the thing that bothers me. Like, it's not even like a meaningful change. It's such a small thing that, like, I often wouldn't even notice. It's not even worth complaining about. Yeah, it kind of bothers me because it really throws off the whole, you know, visual art style of the game. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's hard to articulate, guys, because it's purely my opinion and it's a very subjective thing. But, like, you know, that's my opinion. Right, I just spent, like, ages talking about Minecraft texture packs. The only thing I'm going to throw in is that I think Bare Bones is a lot of fun. And if you don't know what this is, it makes Minecraft actually look like the trailers. And I'm just going to show it off now. It makes Minecraft look like the trailers. I really, you know what, if Bedrock Edition had this as like a built-in thing, I think that would be really cool. Or honestly, Java as well. Like, it's like the whole game has like the oversimplified look. And it honestly, I dig it. It's not how I want my Minecraft to always look, but it's a cool look. It actually makes the newer textures look better. You see how much more defined this netherrack is? You know, they've actually preserved the old obsidian. In fact, if we go to the nether, I just want to see how it works. Like, you know, they got like the newer like ore and everything, but I don't know, something about it, like that looks, you can tell like this is like a really like crackly, like it's not really the same as the nether. It's like a really crackly, like, you know, stone, but it's got more personality. And you know, I'm all about personality, guys. I like blogs that have humongous personality. Let's just check out the village. This works really well with like animation enhancements as well. But yeah, it's, you know, again, it's really weird that the trailers have an entirely separate art style. I'm gonna help you guys out. I don't know why you keep generating trees in front of your buildings, but someone's probably trapped. But like, it's not a bad look. It's quite funny, and I love what it does with the buttons. Anyways, enough of this. I'm gonna exit Minecraft now. I've been going on about this one question just to catch up with chat. It literally just does, you know, come down to preference. You know what, maybe this stream's going to be a bit longer than I planned, because I actually had way more to say than I thought I would. And with all the trailer stuff, we've already been going for an hour. I've got enough time for another hour, maybe even 2 hours, so it's all good, but damn. But yeah, now, I'm going to catch up with chat, but Livy, your question, I'm not going to answer until I've gone down the list. Really sorry, but it's the most organized way to do things. But yeah. The thing is, Super Soul, the Minecraft updates 1.13, 1.14, 1.16, and collectively 1.17, 18, and 19. Each one of those has been a major overhaul to one part of the games. The oceans have been entirely changed. The villages have been entirely changed. The nether, an entire dimension, has been completely overhauled from scratch. And caves have been completely, you know, rebuilt from the ground up. And the thing is, right, they've introduced all these new elements with them as well that are fleshed out in the Minecraft world. It does feel different. it does have a different feel. But I don't think it's a bad feel. A lot of people are very kind of, you know, set in their ways like, oh, my Minecraft was the best Minecraft. The superior Minecraft, as everyone knows, is 1.0, full release. Beta 1.7, guys. Oh, yes. It's like, fuck off. Minecraft, the beauty of Minecraft is that it is ever evolving and changing. And that means that it doesn't necessarily have a linear progression of getting better. There's a thing, which I've actually studied in history, and this came up in the video games class, called teleology. I don't know how to spell it. Teleology. And it's this view, it's this idea, a doctrine of finality, of history having an end goal, of there being a linear progression of improvement, such as, you know, with society and technology. It's, you know, a very simplistic and, you know, debunked, you know, worldview. It's a classical philosophy thing. Plato and Aristotle, you know. And it has some use, and there are some things which I do think have a progression. You may have heard of political progressives. They usually adhere to this kind of ideology, but it's very limited. I'm not going to reference or cite this because it does have multiple issues, but teleology is basically this idea of, you know, linear progression in history. And yeah, it's you know, the beauty of Minecraft is that every update kind of shifts the game. Sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better. For example, I think 1.17 made the game worse because it was like half of an update, and it did weird things because it added in elements but without the world generation, and it was like very fragmented. But then 1.18 improved the game because then it rounded out all of those elements. And 1.19 is a real mixed bag, again, because some of the new features you like, you don't like. There's huge things like the combat system, which people didn't like, and that's like such a fundamental, essential part of the game. But like, I think Mojang has respectfully built on Minecraft with the updates I mentioned specifically. Like, they've overhauled things like the Nether and the oceans that have direly needed it to become much more dynamic and interesting, and just have a lot more to do, both in the overall game dynamic of progressing through the game, getting better equipment, and defeating the Ender Dragon, and also just tangentially doing all these interesting things like, you know, potion brewing and enchanting and, you know, farming bees, you know, farming. You know, they add to the sandbox survival aspect of Minecraft, they add to the creativity with all the new building blocks, you know, the you know, commands and redstone stuff I don't even know about. Phoenix SC covers as well. Like, it's not necessarily better or worse, it's just different. It depends on what you like. But yeah, it really is all personal preference. Anyways, on to the next question, because time's ticking and I spent a lot of time on that one. I will not spend that long on all of these questions because I'm just being silly. Adrian Krasovic asked, actually, do you know how to know what's your verification code? I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry. I need you to elaborate. My verification code? I don't know what you mean. So yeah, I'm gonna, hopefully I don't miss any questions here, guys. If I miss one, post it again in chat. I will probably see it. DJ, Superman DJ asked, possible return to DDLC Plus. The thing is, no. DDLC Plus is honestly complete. Like, I would love to go back and hang out with the girls. No hetero. It's not a sexual thing. Mr. Maggot's baited to add the hentai tag to DDLC. I need to release that. There's a bunch of unreleased Mats to Miss clips that used to be on Hydrated Highlights, which still haven't been released. I need to get on with releasing that. You know what? Since you mention it, actually, I'm going to go do this right frickin' now, because I don't need any of this open anymore. Give me 1 minute. Get out of here. Sweden's playing. Turn that shit up. But on the topic of DDLC Plus, so as you guys may know, I've 100%ed this game. It's not really the kind of game you could speedrun, so like I've basically completed the entire game, and you can find a playlist on my channel, it's on my featured, of the full playthrough, and we spent a year gradually playing through the entirety of this game, and it was beautiful. I took breaks, I did like the side stories first, and then I ended up 100%, you know, after going back over the original game. It was an experience. We took our time and enjoyed this game, but truthfully, I don't think I'm ever gonna do another episode that's going to be on this playlist. I don't think it's going to be an episode 2021 DJ, because this series is done. I have done everything that there is to do in Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I've collected every item, I've, you know, played, gotten every ending, I've played through it, and I may replay it just for fun, as a part of some other event. But the future of DDLC for me is really going to be with Continuity Era, because this channel has a series called DDLC Demystified. And we are only 2 episodes into this. It's been way too long since the last one uploaded, but this playlist in time is going to grow to have maybe a dozen videos. I've done basically a video focusing on Monika's poems. By extension, I can do 3 more videos on Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri's poems. And I could also do a video on the exclusives from Plus, because I've not included those in them, it's just the ones from the game. So there's like 5 more, you know, poetry videos I could do. And as for prose videos, I've done 1 of a total of, spoilers, 8 side stories, technically. Technically, it's 8 side stories. So, you know, I could do 8 more of those. So we're talking about 14 episodes of DDLC Demystified, and I've only done 2 so far. So there's going to be a long future of DDLC on Continuity Era. So there won't really be DDLC content here, because at this point, it's just me kind of doing, like, you know, reviewing and analysis and stuff. And I've already done a debate direct, you know, reviewing DDLC. I already did a review of DDLC, which is on here somewhere. Yeah, reviewing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Episode 68. Thank goodness that wasn't episode 69, or it would have gotten very raunchy. but yeah, DDLC Plus, the future's on Continuity Era, because there's no more content I can do on Mr. Matt that wouldn't just be kind of just doing the same thing over, which wouldn't be interesting. There's nothing new, it would just be kind of like stuff. You've just reminded me of something. So Matt's has a bunch of unreleased clips that Ethan and I have both clearly been too busy and or lazy to bother getting on with releasing. So I'm just going to randomly release them, because we've got like 40 videos just sitting there. And I know for a fact there's at least 1 or 2 DDLC related ones. And you know what? I'm just going to release all the DDLC related ones now. Where is it? It's the Mr. Matt is baited to add the hentai tag. It's there. It's somewhere. It's somewhere here. I'll find it eventually. Is it public actually? I thought it was still private. I might not have released it yet. I should definitely release something. Hello? I'm searching hentai in the titles of my videos. What the fuck am I doing? Where's the baited? Oh, it's already public. Oh, yeah, okay. It's already public. Guys, this video. Search this up, you'll find it. Tell you what, though. Do you guys have any preferences for what I should release? If I just go to private videos, I can only show so many at a time. If I zoom out... Oh, you can't even read the titles, dude. Guys, tell me if there's a video you want me to release out of these. I'll do it right now, just cuz. Just any one of these. I'll take my time scrolling through it and I'll move on to the next question. So, Planting asked me, are you a fan of Harry Potter and what house do you think you would be in? So, I'm not really a Harry Potter fan. I'm just gonna let this keep scrolling, guys. And again, if you see a title that sticks out to you, like maybe next time I do a FNAF World stream, I can release stuff relating to that specific game, but like, there's so much here. I actually did the Patronus test once. I'm not really a Harry Potter fan, to be honest. I'm not really, it's just not really my thing. I'm not really into it. I'm more of a sci-fi than a fantasy guy, I guess. I'm not really interested in Harry Potter that much. I think it's a brilliant series. Does some great things. J.K. Rowling exists. That doesn't affect my opinion of Harry Potter. It's just, Don't I have some kind of login? I probably shouldn't show this because it might not be my... Honestly, I did the Patronus thing, but it's been so long. I think I was Ravenclaw. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm aware of the new Harry Potter game as well, which is pretty cool. Like, Harry Potter's got an open world video game and the leads of, you know, God of War and Spider-Man. I think that's really cool. The Hogwarts thing. My sister, my bro, Tasha, Brotato, she's actually been playing through that. Really enjoying it. My family share it, if I ever get time to play it. But yes, continuing through the questions, there's a lot of comments with question marks here, which are clearly ironic, so I'm skipping those because that was just part of the conversation at the time. When is SCP Containment Breach coming back? Good question. One of the things I want to bring back this year is SCP. Secret Laboratory's been dead because I literally had no time to play it. And like, I got fatigued after all the updates and all the Halloween, Christmas, and anniversary stuff all overlapping. I was fatigued. I didn't have time to do more Secret Lab, because Secret Lab requires a lot of effort to do, because I have to actually make pre-recorded videos and edit and stuff, because the live streaming is such a struggle. So, Secret Lab, I don't know, but Containment Breach is something that I haven't played in so long, it's been about 2 years now, that, like, my original playthrough is quite low quality. Like, it's been long enough that the quality of my streams has significantly increased since I played Containment Breach. Like, the whole layout's changed. We're now in 1080p 60 FPS, so I do want to revisit Containment Breach 100%, and that might just be a one-off stream rather than a full series, because I don't know what else to do. I guess I could go achievement hunting and try and 100% the game, probably on a safe save, because Euclid is just kind of annoying, and I'm not skilled enough to really play through Kita. A Kita challenge would be nice. We could use commands, screw around with that. But, I don't know when. Sometime this year is what I will say. Sometime this year, I want to revisit Containment Breach, and it'll take some form. I don't know exactly what, but there is a lot I could do with that. I might do some SCP-themed debate directs in the meantime. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. But yes, DJ reposted this question. Yeah. Mac, you said series. You thought I would answer It Steals or Portal Reloaded. You said series, not one-offs. If we're including one-offs, yeah, absolutely. All the series are the ones I enjoyed the most. But if we're including one-offs, It Steals was good, but Portal Reloaded I just kind of sucked at. They were fine, but I didn't, like, really enjoy them as much as I would some other games, if I'm being honest. They weren't bad at all, it's just me. Anyway, am I already caught up already? I thought there were more questions. Did I miss any questions? Because I feel like I did, but I'm actually already caught up by the looks of things. Middle management, yeah. I still haven't done like a DDLC lore video with Livy, but we kind of did that in one of the last streams, so I don't know. I am very passionate about Minecraft. Minecraft is the game of all time. You know? DJ's been logical here. Henry Stickmin clip at the bottom of the list. I should probably do that, yeah. Ravenclaw suits me, you think? I don't know if I'm Ravenclaw, but yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Bird Up app. I don't know, Mac, maybe. I haven't asked in a few years. DJ, it's been a few weeks, okay? Don't lie to me. Don't bullshit a bullshitter. You keep asking this every few weeks. It's like a regular thing. When will Day Shift at Freddy's see a return on Mr. Matt? You know what? I don't know. I have other priorities, and I'm very deliberately holding off on it. I have a plan, but it's just so low priority, I'm leaving it. The thing is, right, there's nothing particularly special about Day Shift at Freddy's 3 on this channel, other than it just happened to be the first FNAF game we played, because it was a fan game that wasn't in the fanverse, wasn't in the main series, it was just a random obscure thing. I thought, man, this is a cool game, sticks out. It will return, but I'm not going to say when. And I'm not just going to say that for years and years and years. It will return, but I have a plan, and it's not high on my priority list. I think I need to finish off FNAF World first, which is going to take the rest of this year, because I want to do all of Update 2 gradually. There's going to be more Pizza Sim stuff, there's going to be more fan game stuff. I can't really get into that right now, but I don't know. I don't know. Stop asking. I could do Containment Breach multiplayer as well. I forgot about that, but I don't know who I'd do that with, so yeah. Insta! Yes. Yes, I absolutely do get burnt out. All the time. This actually takes me back to the thumbnail questions. I put in generic questions, I don't have to actually answer these. How do I deal with stress? The thing is, guys, burnout is a real thing. It happens to me not that often, thankfully. But sometimes I just get so fucking burned out because I'm ambitious. There's a bunch of things I want to do, and I just can't do them all in the time frame I've got. Like, to be honest, I don't really know. It kind of varies. The thing is, usually I just end up making sacrifices. I decide, okay, I physically cannot keep this up, so I have to make compromises and change my priorities and just not do some commitment. Because I need to focus on one for a few days, for a week or two, and then shift it back. Sometimes it gets to the point, if it's really bad, where I just basically take a day off, and I just like I'm ill. I just stay in bed and watch YouTube videos all day, basically. Yes, you have, DJ. It's not... whatever. Why so serious? Look, but on your question, it's to the... I deal with that by just trying to, like, take things in my stride and be an absolute sigma and just grind through it occasionally. But obviously that's not healthy, so... I just try and make compromises and prioritize what I have to when the time comes. Like, I'll put things off for weeks, months, because they're just not important. And I think the last year has really shown me what was important, because it's ironic. We were talking about this in the 2022 retrospective. It started off with H2O Productions being born, and it ended with H2O Productions dying, basically. I mean, not the birth, but like the re-establishment. Because I had so many things going on, which weren't really worth my time. Everything on Hydrated Games, Hydrated Highlights, I had all these things going on that were just clogging up my time. They weren't improving myself as a person, they weren't improving my skills, my, knowledge, abilities, it wasn't improving my CV or, my records, it wasn't improving my education, it wasn't getting me any money or income, it wasn't worth, the financial investment. I've really stripped back and focused on what's important in my life lately, and I think this is what I need to do for the next few years. Stop fucking around all kinds of random bullshit and just stick with something I'm good at. And that doesn't mean there can't be variety and diversity, but it needs to be within a coherent field rather than just all over the place. I have never been interested in game development and developing a game myself. I love video games. I'm interested in video game culture, but I'm more into kind of like storytelling and how video games are as an art form rather than the coding and technical side. That's for other people to handle, because I was making FNAF fan games just because I like FNAF, and then oh boy, I stopped liking FNAF. The passion project died, and with the passion, everything just collapsed. So I scrapped everything, and that was for the best. That was healthy, because it was a drain on my time that was completely and utterly worthless, if I'm being really honest. It didn't teach me anything, really. It didn't, certainly wasn't profitable. Like, I am a full-time student. I'm doing a degree right now. More like part-time, I guess. I don't know. But, I spend a significant proportion of my time on this degree. It's like, it's not, I can't say it's equivalent to a day job, but it's what I'm doing, right? For furthering, my financial, status, and, my CV and actually getting a job and making my way in the world. Everything else, really, is just for fun. This channel is now monetized. This channel's got legs to actually become what I call a side hustle. Maybe one day it'll evolve into a part-time job. Maybe one day it'll evolve into a full-time job. But right now, this is really... It's little more than a hobby. It is more than a hobby, but it's little more than a hobby in the grand scheme of things. And I think I've learned a lot doing this, and this is also what I do for fun. So kind of just, this is my social life. It's not my social life. It's one of my social lives. It's kind of, because I have a whole different social life at uni, which is totally removed from you guys, and you guys wouldn't really engage with. It's a very different thing, because, this is a place with a lot of, minors, teenagers, and it's very gaming-focused. Gaming is the underpinning thing. My social life at uni is intellectual, it's adults, it's debating, Bang, a track just came on. I comment on that every time. I love Resurrections. Phil Brave, welcome to the stream. Excuse me. But yeah. And I've really stripped it back. So I've got my uni, my degree, which is the number one thing right now. I've got Mr. Matt, which is the number two thing. Number three is Continuity Error. Continuity Error is at the moment a hobby, a passion project. I believe I could monetize there. I believe that could grow into something, incredible. But for now, Continuity Error is where Mr. Matt was, in 2021, 2022. It's decent content, but it's purely for fun, which is why there's no regular upload schedule. Continuity Error is like the tertiary thing. If I need to make a sacrifice, I'll just go months without uploading that, which I have done, because it doesn't need to upload frequently. It's quality over quantity. It's just where I put my video essays. I don't want them to be too restricted by time. I want them to remain relevant for at least a few years, 10 years maybe. So, that's what's going on with Continuity Error. So that's like the extra thing. And then you've got Matt's to Mist, which I've handed control over to True Player, because Ethan has, if I'm going to be honest here, Ethan has a lot more time in his hands than I do, okay? Ethan spends a lot of his day gaming, and he has all kinds of other commitments with school or work or whatever, that I don't really know about. But, I don't want to speak on his behalf. But I know for a fact that Ethan isn't managing as many commitments as I am, and he's the actual creator of Matt's Mist, and he's the one who's helped it become so successful. And Ethan's the one who has actually, you know, propagated that idea. Matt's Mist was not my idea, it was Ethan's idea. I adopted it because I was so taken with the idea. I thought we could make it into something awesome, and we've both collaborated. So really, he's in charge, and he does the majority of the work on that. But I just kind of, I've just uploaded a bunch of clips. I have my input, you know, every now and again. Like I'm gonna do now. That reminds me. Also, Ethan's in chat. Hello, True Player. That was incredibly well timed. I'm gonna release a clip or two on here because I feel like I should really do that. I'm gonna release what should I release? Man, I don't know. I know what I don't want to release right now. Did I already release the other Fall Guys video? So I got the regular Fall Guys crown win. Maybe, since... I don't know if I'm going to go collab with Potato soon. I think I might release this one. This is like a proper full 6-minute video. I just published this. I just want to look through my... I know I probably shouldn't show this off on a stream, but like there's really nothing to hide here. I mean, you can see things like views and likes, but that's public information as well. There's no information here that isn't actually visible from the watch page. And most of these were on hydrated highlights as all. But yeah. But like you've got all the FNAF stuff, which I might hold off releasing until I do something FNAF related, like a FNAF related stream. Again, and things like I want to coincide this with when I live stream Death in Taxes, so that might be a smart thing to do. So anything that's related to a specific game might be worth like holding off on. Maybe I should release the Notch Apple. What am I doing? I'm just selecting all of them. Yeah, which ones like aren't related? Like I guess the Ambience Weekly Challenge maybe, or the because Fall Guys. I'm not doing Fall Guys streams anymore, so I can release that one. I think maybe I could actually release something like this in line with DJ's channel. That would make sense. I'm not gonna play Bendy again. That's alright. So I could release that. Where is it? Tearland speedrun. Maybe I should re-release the speedrun because it's a speedrun. I don't know. I'm gonna work that out later. But yeah. Max gonna replay Portal 2 after the stream's finished. Nice, very cultured. Anyways, moving on. What do you find the easiest part of doing this content on YouTube? The easiest part? This is gonna sound weird to some people, but the easiest part for me is commentary. This, just me chatting and just actually doing it. You know, the difficult part is all the setup, preparing the thumbnail, the description, typing it all out, managing all of that. You know, I mean, it's not super hard, but it is time consuming and actual like work. And like collaboration is a bit more difficult because I have to organize schedules with people. But like when I'm actually just playing games and talking while I'm playing, I have never struggled with commentary. I was a very talkative child, and I've kind of refined my riz. I mean, I am kind of joking, but you know, like I never struggle with commentary. It's just some people struggle with that. I just don't, because I guess I was taught good English and public speaking and something. I don't know, but commentary is the answer to that. Yeah. Well, yeah, Insta. Destrandable talked about this. It's me drop. In answer to your point about yeah, I really got two personalities, inside and outside the online world. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as saying, oh, I have different personalities. I'm wearing a mask, guys. But like, you know, my exact behavior and just kind of like habits and attitudes may change. They may shift slightly. You know, like physically, I'm sitting in front of a camera, I'm in my room, I'm comfortable, I'm with, you know, my audience, I'm just kind of like, I'm gesticulating with my hands and just having a chat. Whereas just like walking through campus in public, sitting down studying, I'm not going to be, you know, chatty or talkative in the slightest. Unless I'm, you know, with a friend, like someone I know, you know, colleagues, over there. I don't know. I've just, like, my exact behaviour and attitude may change for a situation, like, depending on the opinions I hear, but, like, it's not a different personality. It's not a different personality. Oh, Ethan. Do we really have to talk about this? Great, now get out. Golden string trap. Okay. I know, DJ, I saw your comment about the Henry Stickmin clip. You have to remind me. Yeah, exactly, Insta, exactly. But anyways, yeah, Distractable talked about social masking in one of their episodes. I actually haven't listened to the latest one. I need to go, check that out. Where's old Distractable? Distractable. Yeah. The musical. I haven't listened to that yet. Also, while we're here, guys, I actually think, why don't I answer the questions from the thumbnail? I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes to come up with questions if you want to put in any last minute. The stream is ending soon, and there are no more questions in chat as far as I can tell. So I just want to take a minute to actually talk about these, because I just came up with these on the fly, but I thought they were kind of interesting. And you guys might actually find value in them. I know they're very generic, but now that I don't want to clickbait people, I actually do want to answer these three. So, what kind of music do I listen to? I don't know if this will interest you, but obviously I choose like copyright-free music for my playlist, but this is all music that I actually do listen to. I don't really listen to any of the YouTube library stuff, but ambient soundtrack stuff, all of the C418, Lena Rain, the Minecraft stuff, the Celeste OST, the Doki Doki Literature Club OST, these are all things I actually do listen to. You can see here, and sometimes I will just what I usually do is I'll just pick a playlist and I'll put it on shuffle. Some of them I literally haven't listened to in years. Some of them I do occasionally listen to, and some of them I will, listen to a bit more frequently. And it's just like, depending on my exact mood, it varies wildly, but I'll just listen to like a soundtrack on shuffle, I've recently been listening to a lot of Star Wars and listening to the Bad Batch soundtrack and thinking back to Season 1. I really want to rewatch Season 1 of the Bad Batch because it was so good. I actually think Season 2 is kind of worse. It's funny because this is like a minor thing which I don't really cover much on the channel, but Star Wars has been in Debate Direct, and we did do a Bad Batch tier list, and there will be a Debate Direct doing Season 2 of the Bad Batch, so do keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I listen to a lot of like soundtrack and ambient stuff. That's not all I listen to though, and I'm just going to give you a taste by going to my artists. Some of these artists I listen to frequently, some of them I listen to like once a year, some of them I haven't touched in years, some of them, I come back to more often than you think. You may recognize some of the names, you may not. I don't know why some of the images aren't loading, but there is a wide variety. It's very bizarre. Like, some of them, I was born and raised with. This is like the music of my child. This is like the first band I ever listened to. Some of them are obviously much more modern, things I discovered, through the internet. And it's just my selection of, their songs. It's a whole mix. And back in the day, I had playlists based on video games. I don't really listen to these anymore at all. And I used to have like a little shuffle playlist of just like themed songs based on moods. It's hard to describe. I've got like a new attempt at that, but it's a whole mix. What is this? I don't know what that is, or why this is here. That should go in there. Samuel Kim is pretty based. But yeah, I love Spotify Wrapped as well. Spotify Wrapped is always fun. But yeah, I listen to soundtrack music more than ever, because whenever I'm working, I like to wear headphones and listen to music. So most of the time I listen to non-lyrical, like ambient soundtrack kind of stuff. But I enjoy a good, head thrash to some Try Hard Ninja or whatever. Or, the Jam. If you're old-fashioned. Anyway. But yeah, just, honestly, people are like, what genre do you like, dislike? I don't really draw lines with genres. There are a few genres which kind of make me cringe, like, country, folk music, and, like heavy metal or rap, but there are good songs in those genres. Like, there isn't a genre I really dislike. I more judge on artists than anything, because I think any genre can be creative and interesting if used correctly, be it like the the lyrical aspect or like the harmonies or melodies, like, you know, the Giga Chat music, that's like heavy metal. I would never normally listen to that kind of thing, but that song's a banger because it has a beautiful arrangement. It has a nice thickly layered kind of like guitar harmony. You know, the drum beats it's just well crafted. It's well composed. You could say that about all kinds of things. Right, rap music, you know, I didn't think I was into until I discovered like JT, and Dan Bull, who is a legend. You know, there's all kinds, really. It's just, you know, there's all kinds. But yeah, I was kind of sheltered from mainstream music entirely as a child, so I literally don't know any mainstream music. Like my parents thought, they just had this belief that all music was kind of crap after the year like 2005, so I literally wasn't allowed to listen to anything other than like what I got through them. And it wasn't that like they would stop me, it's that I never thought to listen to anything else because I was never introduced to the possibility. So I picked up stuff from school that I'd never heard of and everyone thought I was weird for it. So yeah. To this day I don't know any like mainstream music. Probably. But yeah, that's that. Alright, yeah. I'll answer Ethan's question, chat. He said, since this is a Q&A stream, might as well use it accordingly. What is the best and worst decision you've ever made in real life and regarding your YouTube channels? Okay. The best and worst decision I've ever made. I'm going to come back to that because that one needs some... I need some time to think about that, but I will answer that. That'll be the last one I ask. I'm going to talk about these for a minute. Why do you like the horror genre? Funny thing, which you guys might not know about me. I'm actually not that into horror. I don't like horror for its own sake. Obviously, I don't enjoy being scared, and I don't enjoy being disgusted. I really don't like gore and gritty stuff. Like, you know, body horror and stuff. But I think horror is like sci-fi. It's a medium that can be used to convey really good storytelling or really interesting concepts. And I haven't got like a super high tolerance for like gross stuff, but like I enjoy a good mystery that has like an eerie edge, and I'm willing to confront, you know, dark themes in any kind of media. So it's not that I like horror, but it's that I enjoy stories and art that utilizes horror effectively. I have barely watched any horror movies because most horror movies are slasher mainstream garbage that just play on stupid tropes. The most I've seen is clips from Freddy Krueger and Friday 13th kind of things, you know, with Jason. And the Friday 13th game I'm familiar with, because again, I'm into horror games because the whole indie mascot horror thing, you know, that FNAF and Slender fall into has been a breeding ground for so much innovation. You know, when it comes to AAA horror games, Resident Evil's pretty good. And I know Prey had a horror edge, but I think it kind of lost it. And Resident Evil is very hit and miss, that series. The best games are absolutely amazing. The worst ones are very mediocre, so it's very hit and miss. But, you know, branching out from the indie mascot horror thing, because FNAF was kind of my introduction to horror, which I know is ridiculous to say, but I was 13, and, you know, it works. It's a light indie horror game. It's very charming. You know, horror isn't something I'm really immersed in, but I can appreciate it. Fazbear Frights gave me an insight into like horror stories and horror writing. And Anthony Horowitz, the author of, I believe he did Alex Rider, the series. You know, he's basically like young Bond, slightly different though, modern day. He did a lot of horror stories, horror short stories, and I read some of those when I was younger, and I thought those were quite funny, because they were written to be like dark comedies, basically. So, like, you know, horror is just, like, it's just one of those things, like, fantasy or sci-fi, you know, I'm not deeply immersed in any of it, but, like, when it's used effectively in an art, I really appreciate it. And the thing about horror is that it explicitly leans into the darkness, it explicitly leans into themes which other art forms might avoid, because it's taboo or not appropriate, and I respect that. I respect, you know, how bold they are. Yeah. So that's why I like the horror genre, which, you know, is pretty interesting. And the last thing, how do I deal with stress? This kind of links back to the burnout thing I talked about earlier. The thing about stress, guys, is that you've got to, and it's really hard for me to explain because I don't think this is something that can be taught. I think this is something you have to find out for yourself and just kind of discover through experience. I don't think this is something that can really be taught. you have to learn what your limits are. You have to learn, you know, when you need to grind and just just do hard work for long periods of time and just grind it out and grit your teeth and go, and when to kind of, you know, take the time to relax. And it's gotten to the point lately, I have this thing I call crunch time, when it gets to a certain time of the year, and I'll just have loads of commitments bearing down on me at once. You've got to really, again, strip down, prioritize. What do I actually need to do? What can I put off? And actually just do what you need to do and take the appropriate breaks. Like recently, I've been very categorically planning my time. Okay, I'm going to work through all of this, and then I'm going to rest here. I'm going to not work here because I'm going to need those 2 hours to make the quality of my work good later on. I'm not going to take a break. Yeah, I'll take breaks as they need to. Don't be afraid to, like, you know, like, take breaks to improve the quality, but you obviously don't, you know, procrastinate, you know, don't form bad habits with that. But, like, avoiding stress specifically, I would just try and rationalize things, look at it objectively, think about, you know, action and consequence. What's going to happen if you don't do this thing? You know, is there actually a bad consequence for it? Or, you know, because I've been feeling really frustrated lately with how many weeks have gone by with continuity error just being completely dead. And I'm like, oh man, there's all these people subscribed to me thinking, man, what's going on? This channel's uploading ages. And that's not true at all. I don't think anyone is sitting there waiting for continuity error to upload, except for me. I don't think anyone is going to mind waiting months and months and months, because that's just how the channel is established. And I don't think I'm under any pressure from anyone other than myself. It is purely self-imposed. So I've put that off. The essays that I have to submit as part of my degree, however, that go towards a final grade that will literally determine the future of my life in terms of what I am able to do and what courses I'm able to take or jobs I'm able to apply for. That's kind of important. That's kind of really important and a lot out of my hands. So I've been working very hard and focusing on those to make sure I submit them on time. I've been using extensions, you know, fair enough. But that I've actually been giving them the time and energy that they deserved and working on those to the best of my ability. And, you know, prioritizing those. And that's what I've been doing. The thing is about this channel, I can just coast along. Live streaming is easy. I'm at the point where I can just kind of coast along and it's no problem. And I've been very busy and articulate in February, I should say, guys. There's going to be a bit of a quiet period after this. I wouldn't call it a hiatus, but I don't think I'm going to go live again until Saturday. And next weekend might be kind of quiet as well. I might do nothing but Minecraft 100 days because I'm kind of in the middle of a bunch of things right now. But I'm getting through them slowly but surely. So I think in terms of managing stress, just, you know, be realistic and plan ahead. Okay, be realistic, plan ahead, and stay calm. It's okay. You know, if you're feeling stressed or something that's purely self-imposed and it's going to have no negative consequence for not happening, you can always reschedule. There's always more time. It's good. But yeah. I know how hard you must work to do your, like, speedruns and world record stuff. Like, yeah, you go hard, dude. You know, take it easy. You got it. Yeah. But yeah, but if you're able to be resilient and endure tough times for weeks on end, and be realistic with your expectations, you know, you're gonna carry, you are gonna make it through this world. Tough people will survive. It's just how it is. Anyways, I got a new question from DJ. Have you found yourself enjoying other styles of gaming? Platformers, RPGs, story-driven games, etc. I have never really, again, with genres, I never really have likes or dislikes when it comes to genres, because I think they can all be done right. There are some things which I absolutely avoid, such as, you know, dating simulators. I think those are cringe and ridiculous. But then you've got Doki Doki Literature Club, which kind of parodies that. You know, you guys haven't seen me play a ton of platformers because I didn't grow up with, like, Mario or anything, and it's not a genre that I'm, like, super into, but, you know, Celeste was a platformer, and I enjoyed that immensely. There's a game which I didn't do a live stream on. No, I did actually address this in a live stream called, where is it? Disparity. I don't know if I ever streamed Disparity, but Disparity was made by the same people as You Have 10 Seconds, the trilogy, which again was the same genre. And again, I had a lot of fun with this, especially 2. I thought 3 was good, but 2 is the best. You know, in some ways. So I've played my fair share of, you know, platformers. Again, there are like hundreds of other games which no one will have heard of because they're all Flash games that I played when I was like 10. And yeah, I've just gotten a taste of a lot of mainstream genres through that as a kid, as well as, like, console games. But there weren't really platformers with that, it was mostly shooters. But, like, you know, platformers, yeah. RPGs, do you mean role-playing games? Yeah, role-playing games. I've played Dungeons & Dragons, got bored of it, to be honest. I just wasn't very invested in the whole thing, and I was very confused because it was very complicated. I don't know what games I have here that would count as RPGs, so I'm just gonna skip that. But, you know, story-driven games. I love a good story-driven games. I mean, DDLC, obviously. Red Dead Redemption 2, you know. Jedi Fallen Order. I'm just trying to think out of what's on my Steam. Portal 2. I love games for their stories. Bendy and the Ink Machine. Bioshock, of course. I haven't actually played through all of them, but I'll get to it. Celeste had an excellent story, I thought. Death and Taxes was quite charming with its, you know, narrative. Liquidators is based on real events, that was something. Even Pop Goes Arcade, Portal 2, of course. Plenty of games. Republic Commando, I like the way Republic Commando did its story. I thought it had an interesting charm, had a kind of a mythical kind of vibe. And there's loads of games here as well, which I've never actually played, because they're like console exclusives or really expensive AAA ones that I can perfectly well enjoy just watching other people play on YouTube. But Detroit Become Human, the new Spider-Man games, Marvel Spider-Man, God of War, and on the indie side of things, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's? Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Sim, maybe? You know, I love a good story in the game. I love story, I love lore. Iron Lung. You know? Yeah, there's all kinds of genres out there which I enjoy. Let me actually look at my Steam, and let me just filter by genre. Let's just see, like, if we filter by genre. Strategy games. Apparently all of these are strategy games. Simulation games. Strategy simulation games. Yeah, 60 Seconds, 911 Operator, that's a good one. MMOs? Massively multiplayer? Yeah, kind of. Not really. You know, I don't know, means like casual. Indie games, we know. Adventure games. 1, 2, 3, Slaughter Me Streak 2. And what? You know, Boris and the Dark Survival. Man, Helltaker. I forgot about Helltaker. Sports games. Okay. RPGs. Potato is an RPG. One Shot, which we will be playing. Omori. These are all games that I intend to play sooner or later. Racing games. Plus the Truck and Audio Surf. Like, there's a bunch. These are all the ones in my Steam library, but that's not exhaustive by any means. Again, I don't really have much in the way. I guess I have some preferences. Like, I'm a big sucker for survival sandbox games, like Subnautica and Minecraft, but, you know, like, all genres are good, in my opinion. Don't procrastinate. Well, would have been good to know that 2 years ago. Yeah. Well, I can just say it and you're like, well, yeah, but, like, actually putting it into practice is the hard bit. Yeah, that's upon you. I can't teach that. Hard challenges stop being fun to do over and over again just for the thrill of it. It depends on the challenge. I don't know how you guys can tolerate playing 50-20 over and over again. It just seems mind-numbingly boring. You know, doing unique, fun twists on challenges like Astral Spiff's, you know, saving Eugene in Choo Choo Charles, or Deathless, or whatever. That's interesting. That's unique and fun. Plastic Duck Simulator stream when? I don't know. Haven't worked it out yet. I will figure that out eventually. Same goes for any game. I don't know. At the moment, all I know is that I'm focusing on Minecraft 100 days now. Since we finished Choo Choo Charles. I'm focusing on 100 days. Not going to do another series until that's done. So we're going to go through 100 days. Might do debate directs and other one-offs in between. I want to do a charity stream this month if possible. Other than that, you know, Jedi Survivors coming up. Resident Evil might be a thing on the channel this year. This is something I mentioned, I think. I'm not sure. But Resident Evil 4, the trailer came out. I've been thinking about finally playing that because I loved Resident Evil 2 on 8-Bit Ryan's channel. I'm talking about the remakes, obviously. You know, there's FNAF as well. I want to keep FNAF World ticking over just every now and again. I think, again, FNAF entirely, I'm just going to stop doing regularly. FNAF World is not going to be happening this Friday, I can say that much. I'm sorry, Insta DJ, but I can't make time for it. Helltaker. We have someone who actually knows what that is. Yeah, I just sort of found Helltaker one day, and I was like, what is this? Because I kept seeing it. And, it's a game. I didn't feel the need to stream it, and I absolutely cheated, because I actually really struggled with difficulty. No, I didn't. I actually got through the game legitimately, but I'm pretty sure I skipped ahead and then I replayed it to legitimately beat the because it's like a puzzle game, and I found it really frustrating. And the rest of it was a dating sim, which I thought was actually pretty funny. Some of it was pretty funny, and I could see what it was going for. Not my kind of game, but the characters are pretty funny. It's a very strange premise, but yeah, not my kind of game. Not my kind of game. And yeah, one shot we will get to. You know, I don't know if I'm going to do one shot soon. I might uninstall that. I don't know why I've got one shot installed, because it's just sitting there. Where is one shot? Oh, it's because I actually played it for the thumbnail. I will get around to one. I might do one shot soon, once I finish Minecraft. I don't know. But yeah, 100 Days is currently the main series. If it gets to day 99 and I haven't died, we can make it, you know, 200 days, 1,000 days, and I could just make it a periodic thing where I just do, here's the next bit of Minecraft. I think I am going to live stream it rather than go through, edit it down to be like, you know, here's a video of another 100 days, like Luke the Notable, because that would be really cool, but I want to, you know, fit my style, do my own thing, so, you know, the Hardcore Survival series, that could go on for 1,000 days, I don't know, it depends. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where I'm going to be trying to kill myself if I don't, you know, run something dangerous along the way. But for now, like, I have a very clear-cut objective and everything. So, yeah. The thing is with Ethan, yeah, with the 50-20 thing, with Ethan, he had a very clear goal, like a specific thing he was working towards, and the grit to get it done. That's different, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. When OG 420 was thought to be impossible, yeah. And then Markiplier and everybody came in and they did their thing. Yeah. Oh, Mac, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm not about that. You know, if we're going to talk about the Rule 34 content I consume, obviously it's DDLC, right? Because I've streamed, that's why I'm a big fan of that one. I'm a big fan of something else as well. So, Matt, what kind of porn do you consume? Well, my friend, I'm a man of culture, let me tell you all about it. I'm kidding. I actually have not seen Helltaker Rule 34, and I have absolutely no desire to go looking. Calm down, son. It's just a drawing. But yeah. You know, a little context for the people who don't know. This is a game that I don't think I'm ever going to do content on. I've already played through it. I actually got quite a few of the achievements. But basically, Helltaker, the premise is this. Oh, that's it. A short game about sharply dressed demon girls. Okay. Helltaker. You woke up one day with a dream. Harem full of demon girls. You've opened the portal in hopes of fulfilling your wildest desires. Hellfire burns through your lungs, death awaits around every corner, and everything looks like a Gixie mobile game. You are in hell. It's a short, free game. And yeah, basically, man, I've forgotten about some of these characters. Fucking what is Pandemonica? Okay, Pandemonica is unironically endearing. I don't want to say cute, but she was cool. I respect that. Her whole thing is that she just calms down if you give her coffee, which is just super relatable. Anyway, but yeah, basically, you play as the Helltaker. He's just this big dude, and you basically go through puzzles, because his mission is to have a harem full of demon girls. So it's a puzzle. You have a limited number of moves, and you have to, like, go through these puzzle rooms to meet these demon girls, and it's like a dating simulator. You're supposed to seduce all of them to join your harem, and they all have, like, wildly different personalities, and, you have to choose the right thing to get them to join your team, basically. It's quite funny. It's quite raunchy as well. It's absolutely horrible. And it had like a DLC and everything. I don't know if I ever finished this game. I must have. I uninstalled it, so I must have felt complete with the game. Because, like, there's a bunch of achievements and stuff. I never really got into it. But I think I did complete the main campaign. It's like Iron Lung, though. It's a small game. It's got nice replayability for completion. Maybe I should, like, 100% this game. Maybe I could do a stream, like, completing it. But I've seen Helltaker. It's a game. It's got its own style, which you guys might not appreciate. I appreciate it. But it's on my name. Well, comrade, I'm glad you asked. This is where I go full Michael Storn again.
send this video to guys who like big, oily, old dudes. Whatever it is that he says. Anyways, but yeah, right. Guys, it is almost 8 o'clock. I gotta end the stream. So if you have a question, put it in now. I'm gonna answer questions at the bottom of chat, like DJs, and then I'm gonna go back to True Player's question as the very last question, and then we're gonna end the stream, alright? And, you know, we don't have like a QOTD and charity shout out today. It's not crazy complicated. Also, I need to go and sign back in. Let me actually, while you guys are coming up with the last questions to put in chat, I'm just going to decide what to release. Because I got a bunch of videos. I don't want to just release them all at the same time. But, Ethan, I know you won't mind. Because we discussed this. Ethan's in charge. But he said it's okay for me to kind of like drip feed release stuff. And this is something I really should have gotten around to. I think what I'm going to do is release everything when I do a relevant stream. So next time I do Henry Stickmin, which could be a long while, I'll release these. Again, most of these videos had next to like no views and stuff when they were originally released, so it's as if they're brand new anyways. But like there's a lot of FNAF World stuff here, which I could release, you know, when I do my next FNAF World thing. There's a lot of FNAF stuff in general. Honestly, I might like the Golden Mary stuff I should definitely release soon. I might do the fan games next time I do a FNAF fan game stream. There's a lot of FNAF Worlds. Again, there's an obvious one. I could do the Sev thing when I get to the next Star Wars stream. They're both private actually, so I should release both of those when I get around to doing like Star Wars stuff. And same with like the Death and Taxes thing. But in terms of like, again, we're not going to do a Fall Guys theme thing. So yeah, I'm going to release the Fall Guys video. I'm going to go do the notification for that right now. Throwback to an epic scene with Potato from one of the charity streams, I believe. And you know what? That will do for now. Just one 6-minute video. That's quite a bit. But like when I next come back to Celeste, which could be happening soon, you know, I'll release that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sure Ethan won't mind. Ethan, you can see the stream. Like if you want to do things differently, let me know. But I think if I just release all of that, as and when, you know, I do connected like streams on the main channel, I think that would work. You know, that would make a lot of sense. So I'm just gonna go ping this now. Matt's the Mist. Another Brotato collab from long ago. Just gonna contextualize this. But yeah, who reacted with the W? Thank you, my fellow Bulgarian. My fellow Bulgingolarian. Thank you for the W. Appreciate it. But yeah, that was a good stream. The iconic bandana. I should be wearing it on my long hair. But I'm gonna get a haircut real soon. Real soon. Any UCN clips? Not now. I don't want to release loads at once. I want to space them out. But yeah, UCN. DJ, next time you upload a UCN video, I might just release all of those. Because one of them's literally got your name now. I think that would be like connected, relevant. Ooh, good question, DJ. Do you think in a few years' time there will be another game that will be covered as big as Minecraft and FNAF has on this channel? See, nothing's caught on the level. Minecraft is like this immortal game that is in, you know, global culture, the most played game of all time. Minecraft's on a different level. And Five Nights at Freddy's was one of the first, it was like the first game I got into a fandom of. FNAF was my first fandom. FNAF was, you know, the connecting fiber to my, like, it was my starting point in the internet was Five Nights at Freddy's, pretty much. It was one of the starting points. There were a couple others, but like, FNAF for me was the beginning of everything, of my YouTube stuff, of all the, you know, gaming culture I consume, of a lot of my friendships. They're both ginormous. I don't think anything is quite on the level, but if we are purely talking about how much I cover it on the channel, and the channel, rather than to me personally, there are other games, newer games, that I like for what they are, and will just happily play plenty because of what they are. Some of them have already begun, and I have already got a growing playlist on the channel. Some of them I have not even teased yet, and I have big plans for in the long term. For now, I'm going to say no, but that may change.
Ethan, I don't count that 45-20 mode win. You were backseating. You were literally told me to put on the music box and I won. I would have lost if it wasn't for you. I don't know. I feel guilty about that because I feel like I didn't earn that one. And I don't particularly care. I'm interested in that anyway. Insta, I think you're absolutely right. Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's are both definitive of their own genres. That's what sets them out from anything else I could cover. I don't think anything is ever going to be on the level in like the short term, but I have video games that I love that much. Like, I'll reveal one now. DDLC. I'm not going to be covering this more, but DDLC is a game I enjoy on the level of Minecraft and FNAF because it's just an incredibly innovative, genre-defining, you know, genre-breaking, you know, experience. It's more than a game, it's an experience. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. I guess, Ethan, I don't know, I just feel guilty about it. Anyways, guys, if that is all the questions you have, I'm now going to answer the final question. So, True Player said to me, he asked, where is it? Here we go. What is the best and worst decision you've ever made in real life and regarding my channel? So, I'm going to start off with real life. I need to still think about this one for a minute. I think the best decision I've ever made was replying to Chubbs Deuce's Instagram story about the FNAF lore and William Afton's motivation for the MCI, because that was my first conversation with Lucy, and Lucy is the best thing that's ever happened to me. So best decision I made was initiating contact, because I actually messaged her first. I found her art page, this public art page. I'm the one who messaged her first, which is weird to think about, because normally it's the other way around, but yeah. Actually, no, that's not true. But yeah, like, she was the first to message in some other things. The worst decision of my whole life. In real life, tough. I'm not at the point in life where I can look back and really evaluate my decisions, because I'm living it right now. I'm in the middle of lots of big decisions about my education and where I'm going. And, like, I don't know what to do. So I'm, like, kind of just doing what my parents are kind of indicating and guiding, which isn't bad because they have a pretty good judgment when it comes to this kind of thing. But like, I don't know. I'm not really sure what I want to do in life, and I feel like, you know, we shouldn't panic about that I don't have a plan, because things are all changing in flux anyway. It's better to be adaptable, but I get a lot of pressure from, you know, teachers, you know, schools or university now, parents, you know, even other people, like, just to, you know what I'm doing in life. And it's like, I don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am 21 years old. I'm going to be 22 years old right this year. And, okay, I do know what I want to do career-wise. I have an idea, but it may change. And I got to my first year of university, having chosen my degree and everything, still not knowing what I wanted to do job-wise. You know, I was in high school, and it was like everybody knew exactly what they wanted except for me. There were some people who had no idea what they wanted to do in the future. I had no idea. I was open-minded, but some people thought I was like stupid and inadequate for being like, well, you don't have a plan, you don't have a clear direction, you're going nowhere. And that's not true. I do have a direction, I do have a drive, it just isn't confined to, I want this career. It's something authentic and unique to my personality, which is kind of intangible. And I think most good adults have this, but like, you know, success in life isn't really a static thing. I think the definition of success is kind of subjective. And, you know, sure, rich, famous, whatever. You know, there's so many different ways of getting to that. And, you know, we don't live in a fair society. You know, luck is a factor, you know, inheritance is a factor. But, you know, I have specific things I want in life, and I don't even know what those all are yet. It's something that's just going to be changed. And I believe in myself now. I got to the point a couple of years ago, a year or two ago, where I was like, you know what? I believe in myself. I know that things may seem off right now, but look how far I've come. Look what I've overcome in, like, high school and, like, young adult, early teenage years. It's been fucking rough, okay? COVID and everything. We're coming out of that now. I truly believe in my future self to be adaptable and wise and tactful, to say the right things and do the right things to get what I want. It's as simple as that. And sure, maybe I won't, maybe I'll screw up, but you know what, it's not the end of the world. Because I have, you know, if it really got that bad, there are people and institutions that I can fall back on, you know, if I'm under financial hardship or whatever. But, like, I'm thinking worst case scenario, which is unlikely. You know, maybe best case scenario isn't likely either, but worst decision I've ever made. I think there is one thing that sticks out. I'm really trying to think of multiple things, but it's hard. It's hard to say because one of them is actually kind of connected to this. I was very naive as a teen. I didn't really have a thorough understanding of people. To this day, I don't think I fully I'm not like a psychologist. There's like a gap in my knowledge, kind of people, what makes people tick, you know, how to like be socially wise. And this is something that Lucy taught me. It's one of the most important things she ever taught me. And I think now I'm no psychoanalyst, but I understand the wisdom. Like, intelligence is knowing what to say, wisdom is knowing what not to say. I know now, you know, how boundaries work in relationships. I now have, you know, a much wiser and more informed understanding of, you know, what is socially appropriate or inappropriate in different contexts. And I was an absolute fool for a long time. I was very willy-nilly with trusting people and being open online when I really shouldn't have been. So I think my greatest mistake might have been just the kind of conglomeration of that with a Discord server that I had before the Hydration Nation existed. Or the course I chose in 2018. For my A-levels, my final years at school, my 2 extra years, my optional years I do after my GCSEs, I chose to do economics when I probably should have done politics instead. Economics didn't match my skill set, and it did challenge me, and I'm glad that it challenged me, and it had like this, it was like new skills and stuff. Then again, maybe this wasn't the worst decision because it was kind of out of my hands, but the thing is, it's a bit of an illusion because both of those choices were hosted by a teacher who, no offense, I don't mean to be, this is nothing personal, but they were not good. They were a bad teacher, categorically. I can say with confidence now, I know what makes a good teacher. Both of my parents have been teachers for decades. This person was not a good teacher. I had a rubbish economics teacher, and it wasn't even that they necessarily, you know, weren't good at economics. They had like a degree and everything, but like they were just bad when interacting with students socially and presenting and like, you know, the content as well. It was just boring and it was dry, and there was just a very negative atmosphere in the class. It was very stirred and kind of, you know, miserable. There was nothing uplifting about it. And that was also not just the teacher, but the class. I just had a really rotten class. It got to the point where I just became the introvert. I kept my head down. I didn't say a word unless someone spoke to me. There were times where I was, like, afraid because that class was just had such a horrible, like, toxic vibe. Because it was a mix of all these really, like, you know, stupid, egotistical, you know, boys and, you know, just some creeps and weirdos. And it was just a very bad vibe. I wasn't friends with anyone. I didn't speak to anyone. It was one of the few classes where I genuinely had absolutely nothing going on in the social department. But it would have been the exact same with the politics class rather than economics, because even though politics aligns more with history and literature, which is what I did, it would have been the exact same. So is that really my fault? Because, like, I had a crap teacher in a crap class. And it got to the point where I got personal tutoring for economics. Because this is before COVID was announced, but it got to like January 2020, and it was like, I'm gonna fail my exams and get like the worst grades if I don't pick this shit up. So my dad got in contact with another teacher friend he has who specialized in economics, and this man was a legend. Not gonna say his name obviously, but this guy that my dad knew, in the matter of days, weeks, through these online one-on-one tutoring sessions, got me so much more knowledgeable and skilled on demonstrating, you know, economic concepts, even to a base level and to a more advanced level on A level, you know, just so much more efficiently. Like, I immediately got it, because this guy was just so much more engaging. He was polite, friendly, you know, and also the fact it was a one-to-one helped, but, like, he was just a way better teacher. And, thanks to him, I actually... Well, the thing is, in the end, I didn't take any exams because of COVID. But had COVID not happened, my grade probably would have still ended up being what it is now, which is a B. I got a B in all my A levels. I'm a B level man, which is not great, but not bad. My A levels were some of the roughest years of my life. Quite frankly, I'm amazed I actually got through it intact. Like, that could have been a lot worse, but man, like, I was in a very bad place mentally from like September 2015 to okay, let me rephrase. Now hang on just a second. God damn it, I won't lie. On and off, kind of partially, mentally, I was in a bad place from about 2015 to 2021, September to September. I wish I was lying, but man, I've come out of some of the worst years of my life. I guess that's why I have such a positive outlook. Like, the last 10 years of my life has largely been horrendous, which is weird, because so many positive things happened as well. It's very starkly contrasted, but my school life, I'll say, because my online life in a mixed bag, obviously, but, like, that doesn't really define me, and this is just another aspect on its own that doesn't define everything, but, like, my school life and my kind of public education life was, like, horrible for the longest time, because my secondary school was very hit and miss, and it got to the point where I just literally had no social life. Like, I went for a few years without really talking to anybody outside my family, and that's kind of scary, because that takes your mind into weird places when you don't speak to people, and I'm so glad I moved past that, because holy shit. Like, I was kind of fucked up. It got to 2019 and things got a bit better because I had an online life that was kind of blossoming. But that all went down the drain. It was really in, I want to say, like, 2021 when things started picking up again. Because I met Lucy. Lucy was a shining light throughout the end of it, 2019 to 2021. But then, again, it's I can't say it's a blanket good or bad, because there's so many things good or bad happening, and it's just one part of my life. Because if I'm going to be honest, I was in a bad place mentally in 2021 and 2022 even, for different reasons. Because just as I was coming out of, you know, COVID and coming out of a horrible, you know, lack of social life at school, an amazing, vibrant social life at university, which I've really gotten into in 2022, thankfully. We had the downfall of Five Nights at Freddy's and the degeneration of indie mascot horror, which, you know, really upset me, if I'm being honest, because that's a huge part of my culture and has been for a long time. But, like, I met Lucy in 2019 when things were bad. There were so many good things happening in 2019, you know? It's a really weird mixed bag that I can't, you know, like it all evens out. At the end of the day, like, I'm okay. I'm always okay. Sometimes, in the moment, specifically, things can go really high or low, but, like, that's maybe for, like, a few seconds, minutes, hours, or days maximum. Like, I don't know. My school life specifically sucked, basically, in high school. High school sucked. That's basically it. Mentally, I'm in a much better place now. And there were periods of time where I was doing great, but there were periods of time where I just... But, yeah. I love how you're so positive about the future and all that while I'm here being really afraid of it. There's plenty to be afraid of, but I'm just thinking of myself. I'm being selfish. I'm thinking, I'm a survivor! I'm a survivor, Black Lung! There is plenty to be afraid of in the world, but while on the one hand, you can look at, you know, dictatorships, human rights abuses, you know, the evil side of capitalism, you know, global warming, environmental problems, and all kinds of just horrible, corrupt things going on in the world that we have no power to really change. You gotta look at both sides of the equation, because there's so much good in the world happening as well. At this point in history, there is more awareness and more action taking place to defend, you know, social and ethnic minorities than ever before. There is more awareness and action taking place with human rights, and awareness is the first step, you know? Obvious example, think of the whole queer thing, the whole LGBT thing. Like, 10, 20 years ago, I hadn't even heard of trans people. Now, it's like one of the most impertinent social issues to get justice for this minority that is being, like, you know, what's the word? Subjugated? No. I don't know what the word is. And then, you know, on the good side, you got, you know, positive things happening with the environment and you know, pro-environmental movements. Well, these charities I do shout-outs for, they're active, they're thriving, they're like real, you know. Ecosia, it's a growing, you know, thing. It's going. It's not just statically in the background, like it exists just as much as, you know, Shell dumping gallons of oil into the ocean exists. It's a fight, and you know, there's all kinds of things as well, like, you know, arts and culture, which are, you know, good and bad, but yeah, I am afraid for the future, but if I don't believe in some kind of optimistic, positive, hopeful possibility, at the very least, and, you know, the argument that, well, we as a species have come this far, we can keep going so much further, we can do better, we can be good, then, like, you know, what's the point? Then I might as well just take a nihilistic point of view and kill myself, which is ridiculous. No, it's out of the question. Like, there is so much worth living for, and I can argue about that on a theoretical level, I can argue about that on a mass level, like socially, I can argue about that on a personal level, with experience and kind of the micro, and, you know, I believe we have to accept that we live in an imperfect, chaotic world, which is never going to be neat and organised, never going to be controlled, never going to be exactly how we want it, but one where we can come together to generally agree on good, and where we can individually forge our own path, and try and do what we believe is right, you know, because there are people in the world who are disadvantaged, don't have the freedoms we do, we take for granted. Hey, bro. It's fine. On my way. I'll be down in a minute. Guys, I gotta go get my dinner. But I'm not gonna end the stream yet, because I know I'm going on and on, because this final question requires a lot of talk. Ethan, I'm gonna answer the last question, and then I'm gonna end the stream, but I need to get my dinner, guys, because I don't want to let it go cold and keep Mum waiting, so I'll be right back. Alright, fellas, time to end the stream. So, in answer to the final question, best and worst decision that I've ever made in regards to my YouTube channel. Alright, Insta, see you around. Yeah, the last question. Best decision I made with the YouTube channel? Difficult question, actually. I need to take a minute to think about this. Don't mind me eating my gamer bread, guys. I think the best decision I've ever made in my channel okay. The worst decision, I think, if this counts, was trying to integrate it into H2O Productions and build this like connected brand when it just works as its own thing and it's just like a focused thing, like all of my things. Like, sure, these channels are all connected through me, they're all my channels, well, kind of, and they are connected. like, trying to, like, build this huge network thing. I don't know, that's not really true, because actually Mr. Matt is a very community-driven thing, right? Because the live chat interaction, kind of right on you guys, you're the Hydration Nation. No. The worst decision I ever made with my channel, I think, was, yeah, there's one so bad, but that nobody's gonna remember, that's been kind of forgotten to time, that I'm actually not even gonna mention it, because that's like a thing that's been deleted. You know what? Honest answers. Worst thing I've done with this channel is putting people in the thumbnails of Debate Direct episodes. Oh, well, I had this person in the episode, so they must be in the thumbnail. It works for some, right? You got my sister, my dad, you know? But, you know, when it comes to people who, you know, aren't with us anymore because of drama and social communities fracturing, oh Christ, these have not aged well. Or when it's, like, not photograph field, but just random OCs and profile pictures that change with time and are therefore, you know, completely, like, superficial and, like, nobody remembers the meaning. Like, I don't even know who these people are. The meaning behind these images is completely lost because nobody knows, like, what those images represent because it's not, like, a consistent profile picture thing. I think that's my worst mistake, and I think there's got to come a point where I actually change some of the old Debate Direct thumbnails. I think I'm actually going to go and change some of the thumbnails and remake these, because some of these are actually rubbish. I thought I was signed in. Excuse me. But the best decision I ever made, ironically, I think was actually starting Debate Direct. I think the best decision I made, the best and worst decision was Debate Direct. Debate Direct was the best one, because the worst was the Debate Direct thumbnail style. But the best decision was making a series flexible that it could include pretty much any topic. The central idea of Debate Direct is debating, but that can take any form. Very few Debate Directs are actual proper debates. We often just... excuse me. Oh, God. Excuse me. The central idea is debate, but often that just takes the form of discussion. It can be critical reviews, tier lists and arguments about what makes something good or bad, kind of just opinions on things. So, Debate Direct, I think, is the best thing I've ever done. Best decision I made was starting that series and having that idea. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. This has been a wonderful Q&A. If you guys are coming to the stream and thinking, oh man, I missed it, I'm gonna have to wait like 6 months to ask Matt another question. Look, you can just come into live chat on any old stream and ask me questions if you want. And maybe we could use this as a new forum space. If you have questions that you would like to ask me, comment them below and I'll reply with a comment. You can do this in any video anytime anyway. This is just kind of a dedicated one where we really go into it rather than just passively do one or two on a stream, because, you know, if you're interviewing me during a regular stream, I'm not going to be able to just answer every question. This is the place for that kind of dedicated interview kind of thing. So, I hope this was valuable to your time. I hope you learned something maybe. Not just about me, not just trivia, but actually had some interesting, maybe life lessons and kind of thoughts. I think we touched on a random bunch of interesting topics. Some I picked, some that you picked. And just kind of, you know, had a good old time. Right now, guys, we're at the very end of February. Okay, the tryouts month is over. We are just basically vibing now. The only thing which I'm going to tell you to expect is more Minecraft. 100 Days is the main series at the moment. I've also made these new community posts that you might not have seen. Do check them out. Oh, we actually got a bunch of comments on this one. Oh, there's my replies. I actually hadn't seen this though. But yeah, but yeah, you might want to like check those out. But in the meantime, like the primary focus is going to be the 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. And until this is finished, there's not going to be a lot of variety. And also, we're probably not going to stream for a couple days because I am up to my eyes in essay writing right now, and I'm actually going to go do that right now after I end this stream. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things and so little time, but I'm gonna go now. So thank you so much for watching. This has been a real pleasure, real fun to come back to this, and I'll be back with another one of these, you know, sometime in July.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Will Minecraft Hardcore be on the banner? Yes. Haven't done that yet, but yes, it will be. I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching, and stay hydrated.